Bonjour, True Footy people. Hello. Welcome back to True Footy for the penultimate game day live stream of season 2024. There'll be two teams that go in tonight, but only one survivor. And I'm trying to get the game up on my other screen here, but good to have you all. Hope everyone's going well. I'm sleepy. I've gotten into this nice rhythm of doing live streams at 10:40 a.m. Today I had to get up at 7 and being exposed for a bad sleep routine. Feeling very tired, but I got my coffee. Very bitter tasting coffee today. Not super impressed by it, but there we go. And I was just hoping for a good prelim tonight, honestly. Last night's was a little bit of a fizzer. It wasn't a belting. It wasn't shambolic, but it wasn't the game that I was probably hoping for. So hopefully we get a good prelim tonight. I do have a feeling the Cats have the potential to win comfortably, but then I remind myself Brisbane have been a very, very good team over the course of this season. And it's certainly not without their chances. So I don't want to undersell them, but I've just got this feeling about Geelong, to be honest. G'day, Disco. I'm well, thank you, mate. Good to see you, or hear from you, rather. How are you doing? Going all right? He's going for the Cats. Interesting. Why have you gone for the Cats there? Just out of curiosity. Pat Kaz says, bring on Bris Vegas. I'm probably going for the Lions here as the underdog. But I'll change throughout the game, if the Lions get way in front. Might change my opinion. G'day, Amber. I think, that was 27 minutes ago. You might still be around. Brandon. Hopefully Geelong are feeling sick or some shit. David is saying Brisbane by 5 points. That would be great. The 5-point aspect more so than the necessarily who wins. I'm just hoping it's good. Last week you seemed to think that Brisbane was winning. Sorry, Brisbane winning was better for Geelong. I guess my opinion, I've probably seen GWS more reliably show up to the MCG and challenge teams they're not expected to, with the biggest example of that being the prelim in 2023 when they took it up to the Collingwood, who eventually won the flag. And I suppose so did Brisbane. But I just felt, to be honest, that a finals version of GWS might be a little bit more imposing. But you have to ask Cat fans, what were they thinking? Were they probably pleased that Brisbane won? In the end, is there a meaningful difference between the Giants and the Lions as a team that could beat Geelong? Maybe it's not that meaningful, but my gut feel was Geelong would probably rather play Brisbane. There's also the head-to-head thing, right? So Brisbane tend to lose against Geelong. They lost to them at the Gabba this year. That beat them a few years ago. By contrast, GWS, I think, goes all right against the Cats. They beat them at GMHBA this year. Cam Rayner legacy game. I'm still trying to get my stream up. It's not loading properly. It's really annoying. Try again. This would be great to see Cam Rayner pull out a big one. Performance. Got 12 in the chat. Thank you, guys. I am going to be joined by a Rogue Riot somewhat soon. For now, you're just hearing my dulcet tones on this crisp Saturday morning here in England. What time is it? It must be... It's only 3:30 or 3:10, sorry, in Perth. So that must be 5:10 in Melbourne. MOB says he must stand up. Yeah. He can be a big moment kind of guy. And I don't know if about finals, but I feel like big moments in games, I've seen Cam Rayner really step up before. So he's hoping for a good game. That's cool, Disco. I understand the logic there. I think Geelong are the favourites at the moment. So I think they'll have no issue or no lack of confidence playing against Sydney. Well, I wouldn't say no issue. That would be silly. They could lose, but hypothetically, in the grand final, that is. Pat Cass has picked 5:10 Vic bias time. That's good. That's a strange time for Victoria Hay, because in Perth, that's a normal starting time. G'day, hee. I thought you'd enjoy the draft video, mate. I really did think about Harry Armstrong to Melbourne at pick 6, but decided they'd go for a midfielder. They probably need to trade in a forward rather than draft an 18-year-old one, but could be wrong. I haven't been awake that long, so I haven't really seen the rest of the feedback on that. I've skimmed it. Saw something about probably going to two similar types for Fremantle. That's probably true. I kind of acknowledge that in the video. Maybe I'll rethink that one for the next mock, which will be after trade period. Trying to do it before trade period is so messy. G'day, TM. Good to have you. I think they will trade on in. Oh, yeah, forward. Yep. Yeah, I think that probably makes sense. Whatever happened to Matthew Jefferson at Melbourne? Disco's in the chat. He can possibly let us know there, but I don't think he's played yet, has he? I agree with the D's going for Reed. We've really been missing Gus Brayshaw this year, so they need a replacement. Yeah, well said. I think the D's will take... Well, I thought they could go Armstrong in the draft, but I can see them going best available midfielder. There's a lot of people sharing on Twitter. Was it really? Ah, that is cool. Appreciate those people. I don't open AFL Twitter at all, or Twitter in general. I should. I really should. But alas, that's nice. That's nice. Hey, finally my stream's about to start. My God. I'm just really hoping for a better prelim than 2022. Ooh. Twilight setting is actually kind of cool for this game. Ron Hart reckons the Cats will beat the Lions. I'm probably with you on that. But they're just starting favourites. Hopefully it's a good game. This is the third prelim that they've played against each other. 2004 was the last. The Saints fans loved it, did they? I suppose, did I give him Foss? I did, yeah. Gave him Foss. I don't know about that one. It's just it was logical based on his late season form. So it's not baseless, but he's good enough to get drafted earlier than that. Jefferson's still developing. Okay. It's not that people have written him off then. I just wasn't sure. This has to be a better prelim, surely. I hope so. Last night was just not terrible, but it wasn't particularly good either, was it? Twilight games are the best, I truly believe. I like Twilight, but not for the grand final. Very much love the day grand final format. Raheel says, I'm scared the Cats will choke in the prelim like they always do. Ooh. Yeah, I feel like they start favourites in this one. I wonder how many, like off the top of my head, like how many they've lost, also choke, as you say, where they haven't been favourite. Like, I think, did they lose the prelims to Richmond in like 2019? They must have, or something like that. You can't rely on your last year form to get you a top 3 spot in the draft. Probably not when it's so even as well. Yeah, that's fair. G'day, Graz. Welcome, mate. You tipping Freo today? This game will be terrible, a complete blowout. Oh, I hope you're wrong. I would like to see a first-time grand final matchup being Sydney-Brisbane. Geelong, Sydney again. I think as well, Geelong and Sydney being a bad grand final last time makes, I presume not just me, a little bit wary of that being the grand final again, but they could produce a good one. What unpack has. I see what you're doing there. I like it. All right. Just going to fill up my water bottle. Bad timing. Sorry, give me 30 seconds. I said 30 seconds. You got 10. Story of my love life. Brisbane and Geelong is a good matchup. I hope it's close to say, yeah, I agree. Brisbane have been a good team this year. Obviously, they're slow. Started slow and finished fifth, but I just mean their top end is good. Very good. Zorko. Geelong's forward is just so good, going to be hard to stop. Agreed. So I'm going to say the Lions did well against GWS's forward line, but they did concede 100 points still, really. The Cats have scored like 20 goals in the last 3 finals or something. Oh, yeah, 22 grand final and then whatever the prelim was. I don't even remember. Against the Lions, of course. And then the qualifying final. So the finals form, it's been pretty damn good. Have they lost the final since they lost to Charlie? Ooh, they haven't lost the final since they lost the prelim in Perth to Melbourne, I reckon, off the top of my head. Archie. Ashcroft. That would have been absurd. No score. We are anticipating Rogue Riot joining soon. Just a heads up. Dockers AFL side. Oh, did they? Interesting. I haven't looked at the AFLW scores yet. Just pretty much gotten up, bought a croissant, and got a coffee and came here. I'm just updating the score. That's what I'm doing. Which is still 0-0, but I am putting it on the screen. Real feline sort of battle today. I've got a feline. It's early, I'm sorry. So we're trying to learn AFL. Been watching on and off, but it's hard to follow players and their roles. Got any tips? I don't know if I've got any tips as such, other than to just keep watching. You'll start to sort of observe things that way. I think that's the only way to really do it. Early doors. But that's cool. Did you how did you get into footy, and do you have a team yet? Sorry if you've already said that. You did already say that, didn't you? Sorry. Was it you a Swans fan, was it? Yeah, you are a Swans fan. Coffee from Hot Girl. The girl I was referring to was not working today. Having Tom Stewart just sit by himself is a good sign early for Brisbane. It is a hard game to learn, to be honest. I think I learned heaps about footy by going on Big Footy when I was younger. And you just sort of learn by osmosis. There are some smart people on Big Footy. Very. You just got to learn who to listen to and who not to. But that's not a quick thing. So like online communities, I find is a good way to learn. And of course, YouTubers. What is this shiny thing? Oh, it's my coffee. I've been watching since before I could walk, and sometimes the rules confuse you. Yeah. But yeah, don't try too hard to keep up with all the rules and the interpretations. I honestly just let it go too. I'm not going to lie, after halftime, I did not really watch the game last night. Instead, I chucked on the NBL after Wildcats. Did they have a win today? That's good. Yeah, I did watch it, but I don't blame you. Stanley drops a bit of a somewhat simple chest mark there. Guthrie. That would have been stunning. G'day, unbranded. 1-0. Cats for the opening strike. Am I alone for the stream? I think Rogie will be here today. Yeah. Dangerfield is made for finals. Yeah, he is. Hey, he's still so good. He just sort of impacts in more efficiently. Not necessarily there for 4 quarters, but he'll do enough and impact the game enough to help Geelong win. A couple of behinds early to the Cats. I only got in watching the game when Buddy was near his 1,000th goal. It was really special watching everyone running on the field. Yeah, that's cool. That would have been absolute madness. I remember that happening. Manna. I have to call him Wayne. I wonder if people call him Wayne. It's a good nickname. Fletcher does well. Finds McClug. Oh, McClug. We were talking last week about his composure being so key for the Lions, but he just tried to take too much on then. Bit of a bad start here for the Lions, to be honest. Great tackle by Holmes. Sorkers has some shaky moments. Yeah, they don't look too switched on. Maybe not switched on, but they don't look very composed early, the Lions. They need to settle. And they get away with that. Max Holmes just missed to the right. Jeez, the Lions are shaking up. Yeah, they look so. Thankfully, it's early enough. Mind you, that was just another turnover. That Buddy 1,000 goal will go down as history as a huge moment and will probably never happen again, unfortunately. Yeah, I can't imagine it happening again. Not in the modern game. Key forwards are kicking less goals. Starkovich, future Eagle. Not really, but I'd be happy with it. It's actually jumper off time. I know, how exciting. It's so rare to have jumper off moments here in the UK. Holmes inside 50. Oh, too easy. Henry, uncontested mark. Is Kerno close to 500? I would have a clue, actually. Who is the second biggest goal kicker other than Buddy of the modern era? And I mean probably from 2010 onwards. I know JK hit 700, but did anyone get 800? Rewalt got around 700 plus as well, right? Oh, Ollie Henry. Gee whiz. Well, because they haven't kicked goals, none of their dominance really matters. Hopefully, that just means that this game stays even. Thanks, Ehe. It is only 8:30. It's not so early that I can take credit for it. But next week will be different. It'll be 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. I think the game will start 5:30 a.m. It starts 2:30, doesn't it, grand final way? So the game itself will be 5:30, so I'll probably start at 5. That makes sense. Josh Kennedy, Tom Hawkins. Did Hawkins get... How many did Hawkins have? Does he have? Did he get 800? I just don't remember anyone hitting 800, but I reckon the game will switch to become more attacking eventually. We'll see another 100-goal season. You might be right. Actually, yeah, true. With all the rule changes, you'd have to think it is possible. It's not like we're fixed in time. Andrews. Zorko from outside 50. Needs to be a good kick. It is a good kick, and he's found Jasper Fletcher. Hawkins has 796. There you go. Thank you, Sir Doge. Oh, man, and he's not playing, is he? Imagine he just comes back in the grand final, kicks 4 and retires. Bruh, that's brutal. How good was Josh Kennedy? I know. Miss him very dearly. I don't know who's been the best Eagle over the last 15 years, but I'd say It's between Kennedy and McGovern. The amount of goal assists a Hawk has, that's an amazing effort. That's true. As Fletcher kicks out behind. It's been such a good team over that stretch too, which does help. Okay, so a rare Geelong mistake, other than the behinds they've kicked. And that's a good kick by Berry. He's found Neil on the top of the 50. This again needs to be a good kick. And if it is a good kick, there's the chance Brisbane go in front here, which feels odd. Lohman. McCluggage. Oh, a little bit too sleeper rainer there. Out of bounds. Oh, come on, Brisbane. Oh, Danaher out of the ruck. No score, Kalajasny gets the Cats out of trouble. Does Kennedy take over Judd when it comes to Best Eagle? Nah, I don't think so. It depends how you as well categorize it. So I'm just distracted by Brisbane going inside 50 here. Zach Bailey. No score. Out of bounds. Now, JK didn't hit 300, but he did kick over 700. I think on top-end quality, Judd is probably on his own level as the number one Eagle. But for length of contribution, the depth of contribution, you could say that others go ahead. And that's where I'd say Kennedy versus Gov. Over the last 15, that is, not of all time. I know you kind of more framed it as best ever Eagle, didn't you? It's a good question. Because a lot of our best contributors, like all of most talented players, didn't play their whole careers for us. Well, Judd and Cousins, I'm thinking of. JK counts, even though he started at Carlton. So it's like we don't have a Joel Selwood equivalent or a Pendlebury who just had that depth of service there. I suppose there was Pritis. But as a footballer on talent, he probably wasn't quite on any of the other names I mentioned's level. Don't know. Saw Judd pretty late. Yeah. Every West Coast fan will tell you the same cliche thing, but he was better at West Coast. Gee, fumbly. As you'd expect. Tense game. Did we see the statement? Yeah. Oh, are people reading into that and suggesting maybe that implies we're committing to him? I don't know. I think it was just kind of the classy thing, like West Coast. We're associated with Stephen King and we wanted to acknowledge it. I don't know. I read an article I read on Big Footy last night that someone sort of well-connected says Skipworth has really made a late dash at the role. They're very impressed with him. So I don't think they've decided on Stephen King. I think Skipworth's a real chance. And I feel like I'm leaning towards Skipworth at this point, but my opinion only matters so much on things like picking a senior coach. So Geelong have got the ball. Brisbane have got the ball deep in their forward 50. And there's a few repeat stoppages here. We'll get a throw in. Tom Stewart is a gun, yeah. Yeah. Geelong's ability to pull out stars later in drafts is sensational. Tom Stewart might be the biggest example of that they have. It's a hot potato footy. Brisbane. Starcevic from the edge of the 50 gets his kick smothered. Oh, both sides will be frustrated, but that is the nature of a tight game. Stephen King is a huge green flag being under Chris Scott. But yeah, you're right. Yeah. Skipworth's been under McRae. Obviously, Scott has the resume over McRae, but also still a pretty good football coach, you'd say. Yeah, either or. I really don't know. I hope Stephen King's all right. Like, that's really alarming. Ball up inside at Brisbane's forward 50. Good tackle there by Rayner on Mano, and just did well to turn his body there and not give away a dangerous tackle. Atkins getting stuck into Ashcroft. Ball still finds its way to Ashcroft, although he doesn't take possession. Bailey. Oh, good tackle. But also did well to get the handball out. Yeah, Sloman free kick. What did he do exactly? What's the nature of the contact? Is it just a bump or did he whack him? If he whacked his tummy, which he probably didn't, but it kind of looked like he did. If he whacked his tummy, then it's a free kick. But if he just bumped, which is entirely possible, I couldn't really tell, then I don't think that should be a free kick. Missed anyway. I think you can bump a player while they're reaching up to tap the ball, can't you? Wasn't that like Liam Ryan and Maynard? That's not what Maynard was doing, but he didn't have the ball either, so I feel like play on. Looked like he elbowed his ribs. Yeah, that's the part I couldn't quite tell. Like, what was the actual nature of the contact? In which case, it doesn't matter if he doesn't have the ball, right? Just can't strike someone. So I don't really know what happened. Instinct says probably play on, but I need another replay. Could be a goalless quarter, said Pat Kaz. It does appear like it could be. I feel like there'll be a goal. Oh, what was that tackle? Humphreys gets out of a tackle very easily. Well done, Andrews. Fletcher does well too. Oh, the steal, Bailey. Bailey's been active. Hasn't really had too much clean footy, but he's been around. Lohman, well done. No way. Nah, out in the full probably. Is that a mark? I think that was a mark. That was outstanding. Yeah, but as West Coast, it's okay when we do it. Well said. That was just so good by Charlie. Still an entertaining game, regardless of the lack of goals. Agreed. I'm really pleased to see Brisbane overcome a shaky first few minutes, Charlie, and suddenly look like the better of the two teams the last few. So I think we might have a good game on our hands. But I have said that a few times this final series. Fingers crossed. Play country roads, yeah. Oh, a Sydney-Brisbane grand final will be hot. I don't know. I'm sorry if there's Geelong fans. Oh, Rogie Wright is in the chat.
Good day, mate.
My powers have doubled since the last time we met, Rogie.
Ooh. At least something's doubled. Am I right?
Twice the pride, double the fall. Welcome, mate. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good. It's been a good start to the game.
Yeah, to be honest, I thought this game was a bit later.
Oh, so right.
So that's why I was a bit late. But
yeah, no, it's all good. Good to have you. We haven't quite moved into the Star Wars chat because the game has been good. Brisbane's just kicked the first goal of the game, and they're actually playing all right.
Yeah, the second 0 goes 4. not the best start accuracy wise for Geelong.
No, well, they were swarming them for the first couple minutes, and then Brisbane got their ball inside 50, and then it kind of just stayed there. I must admit, I just had this little bit of doubt that Brisbane would be able to play this prelim that well. I don't know. I have a lack of faith in them, or had a lack of faith in them.
I think they can go close, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
I mean, it's not really any shame to.
Yeah, like I want Brisbane to win.
Yeah,
because so Geelong fans, but fuck Geelong.
I think we just naturally want to see different teams rotate around the top, right? When it's not our team, for the sake of like interest. But I actually do like Geelong enough. Like, it's not a preference thing. I just want to see a different grand final.
Yeah, I think I would like them a lot more if they were just like shit for at least 5 years.
Exactly. So that's what Sydney has. Sydney at least dipped down to the bottom 4 for 2 years. Geelong's just like, not almost arrogantly just been like, yeah, we finished bottom 6, but we're going to win the flag next year. It's just all right.
Why won't they stay down?
Yeah. No, I do respect them. I do respect them quite a lot.
Bailey. It's had a bit an off season, Bailey, but it was one part of the year he excels at. It's finals.
Is
that type of player?
Yeah, he's had a pretty active start to this game. Hasn't always got the ball off, but he's just been there, grabbing the ball, winning a contested possession, and just getting a handball off. He's been active, which is a good sign for the Lions. Bit of a barometer player, perhaps.
I think another reason I kind of want Brisbane to win. At this point, I want to win the whole thing, but just because it'd be nice to see them get at something after a heartbreaking loss like last year.
That's true.
It's a bit different with my dad because he still has PTSD from the early 2000s.
Oh yeah.
So he doesn't like Brisbane, but I was like,
oh, of course, yeah.
1 when we lost that grand final, so I got no demons.
Yeah. True. He points out they're probably going to add Bailey Smith as well. Yeah, I think.
Disgusting.
I think he's going to be a gun for him as well. Charlie. Great stuff, Charlie. Ashcroft. Umpire's done a fairly decent job of letting the play go so far.
Hippie. Hipwood not missing a shot.
Oh. I don't know. Were you ahead of me there?
I think I'm ahead. I think I'll go back 15 seconds on the stream.
It's up to you.
It's all right. I don't mind.
That was a great goal. Come on, Brisbane. Bad sign for Geelong if Hipwood is scoring goals. Says Pat Gaz. And Tim Disco says Cats defense is looking so shaky. That's a good point, yeah. Yeah, Brisbane looked really threatening when the ball was in there as well, getting repeat stoppages. It kept looking like Brisbane were about to score. So shaky indeed.
Yeah.
They're no match for the droided cars. He says people forget how good Bailey Smith was. His unreal final series. That's true. The ice in his veins game when he kicked that goal late against the Lions. And then would he kick 3 in the prelim against Port or 4 in the prelim? I can't remember.
Yeah, something like that. To be fair, that game, I think everyone kicked a few.
Yeah. That was nuts. Yeah, considering they finished 5th as well. And did Port win there? Yeah, Port must have won their first final. And then played the team that finished 5th in the prelim and lost by 71. My God.
Well, that's not good.
Ooh, McInerney. Yeah.
Shoulder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got 3 shoulders at the moment. It's just poking out the side of where his delt's meant to be.
Hopefully they can for Brisbane, they can just pop it back in and just give him some.
Yeah.
Give him something.
Yeah. Some MDMA. Somehow we forget how young Bailey Smith is too. Yeah, true. Next year he'll be 25, so still plenty of time. Patch it up with some duct tape. Whack.
Whack. Geelong are just that team as well that they won't let a player like Bailey Smith be average.
But yeah, I just have no doubt that, with all due respect, like if he went to some other club, like honestly, even West Coast or, even a St Kilda, I'd be like, I don't know if we're going to turn him into the player he has the potential to be. But with Geelong, you're just like, yeah, probably.
West Coast, the place where players go to die.
I mean, JK's like, we did have some success stories, but then there's plenty of others where, it doesn't just always work, right?
He'll get Tim Kelly.
Yeah, the TK one. But I mean, I actually do think TK probably did evolve as a footballer. I don't think he's had any of his seasons were better than at Geelong, but when you take into the context that he's working a lot harder and doing a lot more at West Coast, I think it's fair to say he's probably improved. But at Geelong, he had so many good midfielders around him that he looked $1 million. That's my theory.
I mean, he's like a potential to be massive, I thought.
I think
he's just he improved a little bit, but I kind of plateaued a bit.
I think
I'm kind of saying to give me shit, to be honest.
Yeah. I do think TK might have been a little bit overrated at Geelong in hindsight, just considering the team he had around him. And probably overhated. He didn't have a good year, but this year was not great. But yeah, as he says, last year was an A-grade midfielder. Yeah, I don't think he was like anywhere near All-Australian, but he was comfortably the best Eagle we had last year.
I think honestly, when everyone was fit, I think one of your best players this year was Yo. I think it was really important when you guys.
He came second in the BNF last night.
So Govern came first, was it?
Yeah, Gov. Yeah, I think Gov was probably a little bit more week in, week out. When Yowie had a really good first half of the year and then decent second half without being outstanding.
Yeah.
Whereas Gov was kind of just like resilient as shit and good week in, week out. Oh, Stengel. Savage.
It's a bit.
Yo, for a 6-week stretch, was the best player in the game. He was really good for a few weeks there. That feels like a distant memory now. God.
That's a bit harsh. For 50.
Yeah, it was a little harsh. I presume he didn't do that on purpose.
It was also it was kind of a bit of a soft high free kick as well.
Yeah, and it's loud in there.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people will be there.
I don't think it's sold out, I don't think.
I suppose, and I'm not saying this was the right thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people felt this wasn't going to be that close.
Yeah.
It's honestly more about Geelong than it is about Brisbane, I think. Their ability to show up in finals and score big throws it out.
Also, the fact that Brisbane are coming outside the top 4.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah.
I think if Brisbane were a top 4 team, then I think a lot of people think this would be a lot closer than it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Now, whether that is correct is another question. Probably isn't right to discount them because they probably were a top 4 team on quality that just had lapses.
Yeah.
And really a bad start to the year cost that top 4 position.
Yeah. I'm just saying that it clouds people's judgment, I think.
Yeah. But they have made a really good start. A little bit lucky that Geelong have missed, for sure. But I've got a good feeling about the closeness of this game now.
Yeah, only 9 points. So,
yeah.
Anyone's game.
2017 prelim was the loudest thing I've ever heard. Did you go to that? Did you hear? That's cool.
I think the loudest I've remember hearing was round 1, 2023, when Darcy Moore ran down Henry in the goal square.
Mm.
That was loud.
Yeah. That's sick. A few narratives going on there.
Yeah, it's another reason I don't really want Geelong to win is the fact that Ollie Henry would get a medal, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want him to rue the day he decided he couldn't drive an hour.
True. Zorko. Oh, well done. Is that Morris? Did well to make a contest there.
Hughes did well there.
Good mark. All right, that is quarter time. Good first quarter. MCG was shaky, man. Yeah, I bet with Richmond qualifying for a grand final, it would have been so emotional too for a lot of people.
Geelong fans were thinking we should have won that quarter, but
Six scoring shots to 5.
I almost think like inaccuracy has been in a bit of a tail of the final series so far. Because I think a lot of the sides that have lost have been inaccurate.
Yeah,
like we saw Port Adelaide last night was really inaccurate.
Yes,
GBS in both their games inaccurate.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well,
had
Brisbane
a
have had a
problem
with it too.
Yeah.
But they're the better of the two teams on accuracy right now, so hopefully that stays true. It was kind of a tale of two halves that quarter. Maybe not split evenly in half, but Geelong were all over them so early and could have had 4 goals quite easily. And had they kicked straight, even though Brisbane probably had the measure for the rest of the quarter, they'd still be in front if they'd kicked 4 goals. So
yeah. I saw the new draft model I think came out.
The draft what, sorry?
The points system.
Oh, did it? I have to run my eyes over that.
I'm just looking at his server that I'm in Discord, but
oh yeah,
no picks are worth any points past 54.
Yeah, I think that was. Here we go. The draft change adding another element to upgrading trade frenzy.
Context: pick 17 was worth 1,025, as an example, and pick 17 now is 879.
Clubs with academy and father-son prospects will be working from 2 different draft points models. So there's one for academies, that's the way I read it, and one for father-sons.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I imagine the father-sons would be costing more.
Perhaps.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're going to want to incentivize the academies.
I'll have to have a look afterwards and see what points from draft we have for next year to see if we can afford to trade our first round pick or not.
True. That's a good point, yeah. I suppose it is a strange kind of system. Oh, Zeke Hewland next year is the number 1 pick contender. I didn't know that. Zeke Hewland. Bodie Hewland's younger brother in their academy. I didn't realize he was that good. I was aware of him.
First time I'm hearing him. I don't really follow anything past the current draft year.
Yeah.
Just because I think how much can change.
Yeah. I do the same, but it's useful to know like which teams have father-sons and academies because that influences this year. And West Coast like never really has good father-sons or academy prospects usually, not highly rated ones. Some have come good later, like Jake Waterman, but
you've got one this year, don't you?
I think it's next year. Oh, we have Malachi Champion, but I don't think he's gonna be like 4th round probably.
Yeah,
and next year we do have Charlie Banfield, who may or may not end up good. Like it's still so far out.
Yeah, I mean you gotta pick up a champion with a name like that.
Yeah, he does look good to be honest. He's fallen away a little bit down the rankings. Sometimes that does happen to small forwards, so we'll see. But I've seen him do a podcast with, is it Bray and Ethan? I've forgotten their names. A couple of Perth boys who do a potty, and seems like a good young fella. So hoping he turns out to be the next Junior Rioli, probably.
So done for weed.
Yeah, okay, not exactly the same. and also at Port.
Yeah. So I know we've got McGuan next year, and I'm hearing it's like top 10, probably the top 10.
Yeah, they're saying it's the most compromised draft ever next year.
I feel like they were saying that about this year.
I heard 2025 has been on the horizon for a long time. Like I think there's been talk about it for ages. So you got Hewland, you've got McGuan, and no other names are coming to mind, but I know there's heaps more.
Didn't I swear. Never mind. I'm thinking that's this year. His matches with Brisbane and Levi and Marshall. Ashcroft.
Yeah.
Not Marshall's first name. But yeah, Brisbane need to get a few more picks this year.
Yes, yeah.
Because again, they only have the first 2, maybe 3 rounds. They only have the only pick they have is pick 17.
Yeah. I wonder if they could trade with Fremantle. So Fremantle are the one team that are probably pushing into next year. Every other team seems to want to get picks in this year's draft.
Yeah.
Fremantle presumably because of Chad Warner, but it has actually been reported they're trying to push into next year. So could they trade one of their top 25 picks to the Lions for equivalent next year? That would be one option.
Yeah.
And I think Richmond will probably be the other team that Brisbane could trade with because they got a million picks.
McInerney back out there.
That's good. Cats v Swans would be the most vanilla matchups as TM. And Zayden says, so it's confirmed Brisbane versus Cats grand final can't be getting 1.5 in prelim final. Oh, Brisbane v Sydney. Oh, 1 goal 5. Sorry, I read that completely wrong. I don't know. I'm not writing the Cats off yet. Wow. He says North have McCartney. I did know about that, but Brisbane have 2 more Academy top 10 players. My God.
Okay. See, when people complain about us and Dacos, I always say, well, at least we were 17th.
Yeah.
When we got him.
Yeah. I wonder what Sydney were when they got all their guns, like Blakey, Mills. So when they got Heaney, they finished second.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, Lumen.
What a great mark.
He's an exciting player, Lumen.
He could be the next Harley Reid. Reminds me of a young Harley Reid.
Oh, no. His face is pretty clear.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we did pack
You're the
out.
best footballer, but you got bad skin.
Well, yeah, because I also think like teams should be thankful that we did trade our first round pick because, North still take Horn Francis in that draft, which isn't guaranteed. We get another. We could have picked like Rochelle, Callahan, Mac Andrew, any of those players, and as well as got Nick.
Yeah, I wonder who you would have picked actually. As Henry kicks a goal.
I agree, Brandon. Ew. Ollie Henry.
Good player though.
In this Discord server, the Collingwood one I'm in, we have these commands where if you type in dog cunt, it shows a clip of I think it even shows this big footy message with like piss off and then Ollie Henry dog cunt. And there's other one I think I can't remember what you type in, but it plays the rundown tackle. By more.
Yeah. God.
I don't really hate Henry, to be honest. It's just kind of a bit of
bit of banter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like calling him a bit of a mommy's boy, though.
Yeah. That's fair. What were his reasons, really, for leaving to Geelong anyway? Like, stated reasons.
He wanted to play with his brother, and he wanted to live in Geelong, I think.
It's an hour away.
I know. I wanted to play for the Premiers.
Yeah. He missed out both times.
A bit like Adams.
Yeah.
It's a tough luck story right there.
I know.
A lot of Collingwood fans have been giving him shit, but I don't know.
Was he injured or did he get dropped from Collingwood?
He was injured.
He was injured. I thought so. Danaher. Ashcroft, yes. I'm just looking at the 21 draft. So the next live player was taken. It was Callahan. Mac Andrew was tied to. Oh no, he was actually open pool, wasn't he? So you had Finn Callahan, Mac Andrew, Rochelle, or Amos if you went a tall forward.
Yeah, I think Amos.
Any of those would have been good, really.
Also, Henry wasn't playing when we traded him. We were playing Johnson above him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I think he wasn't really doing anything other than kicking goals.
Okay.
To be honest, Johnson wasn't doing that much either, but
yeah, fair.
We preferred that at the time. But is what it is.
Oh, Modern Morris.
Stewart pushed up a bit too much for that.
Yeah, I kind of thought that was a Brisbane defensive mark for a split second, so I underreacted at first. Brizzy for Premier's got to throw the dog a bone once in a while. It would be huge if Brisbane did win a premiership, really, considering how much of a joke they were for so long in the mid-2010s. It's a good goal.
To be honest, I think if they don't win the premiership, that's not embarrassing, but they really should have, considering how many finals they've been playing last 5 or so years.
But it's funny to think that the same here applies to Port. Like, yes, they make finals and they get deep and then they ultimately lose, but they have one premiership and suddenly the entire phase of them going deep into finals looks like unbelievable coaching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, wow, they're so consistent. Like Chris Scott, right? The Chris Scott commentary before 2022 was the same, that he got teams deep but couldn't win the flag. And now he's one of the first coaches talked about when people talk about the best coach in the league. Look at that consistency. So if Hinkley wins one next year, it'll be like, wow, so many prelims and then a grand final and a flag. Oh, damn. Wayne kicks a good goal.
I would say Scott did win a premiership in his first year.
Yeah, you're right.
That was kind of given. The list was kind of, I won't say given to him because obviously he was the one coaching it. And it's still like a feat, but
yeah, it was like a decade before the one in between. So all the prelims and stuff obviously came between 2011 or 2012 and 2022.
I do remember there was a huge thing about Geelong not being able to win after a bye.
Yeah. Well, they did it. I suppose once they brought in the pre-finals bye, that probably started mixing up that stat for Geelong because they probably didn't lose too many week one games in the finals. Maybe a few.
I know that the one I remember is them losing to us in 2019.
Was that week one of the finals, was it?
Yeah, qualifying final.
Yeah. And then you went to host GWS, obviously. And they played us. That's right. They beat us the next week.
It's a good year for you. You managed to keep Essendon out of winning the final.
Thank God.
You never want to be the team that gives Essendon that.
Yeah.
I mean, similar to people giving shit for Brisbane for not keeping Carlton scoreless in the half.
Oh yeah.
Week 1. They need to put someone on Zorko, really. Give him have a little run with role because a lot of that drive on the back half comes from him.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they haven't.
Like, I don't think teams have really done that against Zorko this year. Not this year necessarily, but the finals. I don't think Giants. I think Giants put it on a bit later.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like there was at some point during the game, but not the entire game. Starting to forget now. And finishing 5th is such a shitty place to finish in the finals.
Yeah.
Because it's just one spot away from like being a real contender. And I say that, and Brisbane's up by 4 points and they finish 5th and they could be in a grand final next week. But I was more thinking when I said that 2019 Geelong beat us in the semi, it was just like, yeah, we beat Essendon, but nobody cared about us being Essendon 5th versus 8th at Optus Stadium.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, please don't lose. And then suddenly you're massive underdogs in a semi.
Yeah, so, I think if you do lose, though, it's like you get even more shit.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Because I don't know what it was like for at least West Coast fans when we beat you in the Geelong had the lead. When we beat you in 2020, I want to say?
Yeah. 2020.
Because how was like the feel around the West Coast fans for that?
There was a what, sorry?
How was the feel amongst West Coast fans around that time?
I can't speak for everyone, and it never feels
you were like
finals. But when it's an elimination final and you've come off the back of being an actual contender, it didn't feel that big.
Yeah.
Had we perhaps been a team on the rise and hadn't played finals for a few years, losing that would have hurt a lot more. It just felt like, okay, if we'd beat Collingwood here, we would have gone on to play Geelong and probably been annihilated, which Collingwood did get annihilated anyway, right?
Yeah.
At the Gabba. So
yeah, we played with Geelong.
Yeah, Geelong were good that year when they obviously made the grand final.
Yeah, I was in 2020 because I forget that 2020 was COVID.
Yeah. But I've said this before, but the Collingwood loss that hurt way more for me was the one that was in the home and away season late in 2019, because we were still like a top 2 contender trying to go back to back. And when we lost that, it felt, and it ultimately was, the reason we didn't finish in the top 4.
I do remember Hawthorn beating you in the last round to get us a top 4 spot.
Yeah, 100%. But we didn't even get close to winning that game. We were slapped from pillar to post. Whereas my memory of the Collingwood one, where obviously it was like 1 point we lost by. And I just remember being angry that we didn't win, or just like, how the hell did we not win that? Like, I think we might have been in front at 1 point late. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I reckon we might have even been like 4 goals up at some point during that game.
I think you didn't kick a goal for like at least a quarter.
You're right. It was something like that. It was really hurtful.
I think there was probably the games that like I get annoyed about this year is the Sydney and the Freo games.
Yeah. I watched the Sydney one. I don't think I watched Freo Collingwood. I think that was before I woke up.
Yeah. There's a couple of frustrating moments, mainly the when we gave away a free kick for giving not the ball not to the umpire.
That's right. Yeah,
annoying. But
Zayden says, "Do you think Freo win a grand final or even make one before 2030?"
I think Gold Coast win their first final before Freo make a grand final.
Oh yeah, I'll say Fremantle make a grand final before 2030. I don't know if they'll win one, but I saw they'll make it.
Yeah. I'm not sure about that. Like, can't say, but I'm making the call that I reckon Gold Coast win their first final before Freo make a grand final.
Well, that could happen next year with Gold Coast. I know we always say it, and I understand. You're like, oh, sure. But, I mean, Hardwick and the talent that they've got there, this could be different. It really could. Come on, Brisbane.
Oh,
Stewart. Nicely done. He's got big legs. Close, but no cigar there.
oh, good.
Oh, no.
Don't. Oh. Jeez, what a play.
I thought Myers might have actually he scored the goal himself. Wow.
Bro, that was Messi like.
I was gonna say he scans the field like Lionel Messi, doesn't he?
Yeah. No, I think I heard what's his name? Graham. I'm forgetting his name. Whaley. I think it's the first name. Jared Whaley. Yeah, I think I heard him say something about that.
Yeah. No, he's
maybe he tweeted it.
Yeah. Delete the tweet. The way he scans the field. Oh, it's just so typical cringe, Jared Whaley. Very well done.
It was just most funny how upset he was about it.
Yeah, he got real butthurt, didn't he? Come on, trolls, do the right thing. Delete the tweets, says Young Bean. Tim Diskin says,
go on.
So, you go?
You go on, yeah.
Okay. So, Disco says, Suns or Saints flag first?
Suns.
Call me crazy. I've got this feeling St Kilda will be good next year.
You're crazy.
I thought, look at the way they ended the year. I think there's something cooking there. Yeah, Young Bean also agrees I'm crazy.
I also don't necessarily think St Kilda will be bad. When I say Suns, I just think, I don't know, Saints just don't have a history of winning things.
You're right.
Unless it's a Wizard Cup.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But then you wouldn't know.
Two Wizard Cup grand finals, and I must admit that I was upset both times.
I mean, you should have seen Saints when they won it. They looked upset too.
That's true, yeah. Forgot about that, Grant Thomas.
Yeah, I was going to say that I think there's a funny Twitter account that's a Tom Brown parody account. Obviously, Tom Brown doesn't do journalism anymore for football.
Yeah.
He just tweets the most like things you would hear Tom Brown say.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good account.
I need to get on Twitter. Kind of. Twitter kind of shocks me every time I open it.
Let me do you a favor. Don't.
Yeah, okay.
It's a bad place.
Oh, he was saying somebody shared my draft on there. I want to see if anyone is slamming me. That's really where my brain goes. It's like, are they talking shit?
Yeah. I was like, where's when I was watching that draft video, I was like, come on, man. say we get pick 12 just so I can enjoy this video a little bit more.
I considered it. I really did. But there just wasn't enough really to suggest they'll get it. So I was like, I can't mess this up too much. So I'll do another mock as soon as the trade period's done.
Yeah.
And once that's done, I'll probably go to top 40 as well.
Nice.
Ooh.
Well,
if Collingwood did hold pick 12, I'll get that up and I'll just have a look for you to see who I'd probably go for them, considering who is available. So it gets messy because there's picks in here. There's bids.
I think I hear his name Armstrong if he's available, but maybe if not, it probably won't be. So I think maybe like a Whitlock, Jack.
So you think he's definitely tall?
Yeah.
What about Alexander Toru?
He's the tall backman.
Yeah.
How tall is he? I don't think he's
full. He's only 193, but I presume he will be a little bit taller.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I think we do need a key. We need keys on either end.
Yeah. I reckon a lot of the talls will still... Oh, McCluggage is lined up for goal here. I think a lot of the talls will start to bolt once the combine happens, because a lot of them are like late bloomers usually. They start to pack on a few kilos late, and the athletic testing sets the men from the boys, really. So it wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of the guys who are rated around 20 start to go 10, 12, 14.
Yeah.
It depends who's picking in that range too, which we also don't know. That's a good goal from a Cluggage.
Just want to get one back.
Yeah. Young Bean loves my mock drafts. Thanks, mate. Appreciate you.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Pretty good stuff.
Thanks, mate. It's just a bit of fun, really.
Yeah. I do like doing like a bunch of mock drafts, at least just doing like all the different crazy trade scenarios just for fun. See what would happen.
Sure. Yeah. It's nice to see a visual representation. I love reading mock drafts too. This time of year, like there's still a lot of people just doing rankings and not mocks, and I just find mocks so much more pleasing to read, but both are important. Oh, Barry does well.
I wouldn't
Barry's
mind
had a pretty good final series, I think.
Yeah, there's no 50s given away, which is good for him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Bailey. Oh,
he should be kicking those.
yeah. That was poor.
I was gonna say I wouldn't mind like a jaunty fall either.
Yeah, true. And he could be around that range. There's Job Shanahan too.
Yeah.
Like if Collingwood hypothetically hold 12, it's possible both are available still.
Yeah, I think, if not Jack Whitlock, the one of the ones that does interest me a lot is definitely Fall.
Yeah.
I did check out on Cal Toomey's mock draft that Matt Whitlock's shut up a bit.
Oh yeah?
He was like late 20s. I'd say a lot, but he's like late 20s, early 30s, and now he's like top of the 20s.
Yeah, okay. I didn't even really notice that. Oh, Hipwood, fresh airing. Oh. I wonder if Sydney would because Sydney's the one team currently who have 2 picks in a row. Like they could go both Whitlocks. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure at a pick, whatever, like top 10 picks. With Jack, possibly. But I think Matt is probably who'll shoot up the most at like around the teens, I reckon.
Yeah. So Lockie Neal lining up. Tough shot. This will either level the scores or we'll go out in the full, or Brisbane will go in front. That's my analysis.
Very insightful, Jesse.
Yeah. If anyone didn't know, there are 3 options here. And it is the
one option.
Punch through.
I
was bang on.
You're kind of right. That's crazy. You should make a YouTube channel for the football.
I should do mock drafts.
Yeah. I think
mids. I agree.
Best prediction I've done in a game. I was at the game. I think it was 2023. I think it was the Freo game in 2023.
Yeah.
That I said, someone was lined up for a shed shot, and I said, he'll hit the post. The upright person hit the post.
Oh yeah. Druzy did that once. I can't remember which player it was. It might have been Danaher or something. We were live streaming, and he got a mark at the top of the goal square. And Druzy's like, "Yeah, it's going to hit the right goalpost," and he did.
Ooh, not the best kick.
Oh, Myers, the retailer kicks a goal. They're back in front. I have to start calling in the superstore. Is that what they're called? Or some sort of department? I don't know. David Jones. That's a good nickname for him too. What's the best rivalry in the AFL, Ruggy? Us TM.
It's me and Jesse. That's it.
Yeah. I love rivals.
Lovers, rivals to lovers. I don't think there's there's a clear cut best rivalry really. I think there's like a few right at the top. I think Adelaide, Port Adelaide. I think Collingwood, Carlton.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things that
mind.
fluctuates.
Yeah.
Because Collingwood Carlton has been great in recent times, but there was probably a long period where nobody cared other than those two teams. And maybe that's true of all rivalries. Maybe that's not the best way to measure it. But the showdowns are always fierce.
Brandon says West Coast and Freo, and like I'm not because I just think they need to have more games where they're like close. Because like see, like every time they play, one team is shit or the other one's good.
Yeah,
they're never on about the same level.
Yeah, it's been about 10 years since that really happened. Funnily enough, though, both times Fremantle have lost the prelim, they would have played us in the grand final. Like we've had some missed out opportunities like that, but it has been a while. I agree.
Rivalries. I don't think it's necessarily that important that the players hate each other. Because I don't think players really hate each other much at all, really, other than select particular people. I think like the fans disliking each other is gives them that atmosphere.
Yeah,
a rivalry needs.
Yeah, I think on the Western Derby though, I did think this year both derbies probably were a little bit more fiery and emotional and exciting than I'd seen in a derby for 10 years, probably.
You could definitely build.
Yeah.
That rivalry. You say that here, but like, I generally don't think many players hate each other, other than like a select. Like, I don't think teams like hate an entire team just because they play for a team. You know what I mean?
I think hatred exists, but it wouldn't be just because they play for Carlton. Like, you'd probably have teams who just have a bad experience every time they play, like GWS and the Bulldogs, like 10 years ago, 8 years ago. They apparently did really hate each other, both teams.
I still think like that rivalry has kind of gone down a bit the last few years. It hasn't really been the same fiery thing that it used to be.
Yeah.
Geelong are out here.
A lot of people say Brisbane are just absolute pigs as well. Did we talk about this?
No. Not that I remember.
I feel like I had this conversation with someone. Dempsey? No. How good is that?
Dempsey.
Wow.
I remember his Rising Star speech. And I thought it was good effort saying that.
Yeah.
He was thankful for the MRO.
Yeah. He said somebody told him to say. Did he say? It was like Jeremy Cameron or someone asked me to thank the MRO. So it's funny that it also came from his teammate.
Yeah.
Just shitting on him.
Honestly, hot take. I think even if Reid was legible, I still think Dempsey beats him.
I disagree. But
I think it's because
he did have a great year.
Yeah, I think it's close, to be honest.
I think
Sam Darcy wins comfortably though, if everyone's available.
Sam Darcy? He did kick 7 in a game, didn't he? That's true.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Like he was
I wouldn't argue with Sam Darcy one. The thing though is that historically they do discriminate on age, and Harley is the only one that's a first year player technically. So with that logic, they might go Harley, but yeah, Sam Darcy had a fantastic year, as did Dempsey. Dempsey.
I just think Reid had a fair few like quiet games. No.
What is going on?
Ryan!
Out of pure brilliance, Geelong have scored 3 brilliant goals this quarter, and that is the difference between the two sides at the moment.
Brian, Lionel, Messi, Myers.
This game has produced some highlights, man. Wow. I hope, naturally,
he looks so much better without the dreads.
Yeah, he does. He looks like a normal human being now.
What you saying?
I was saying hopefully that this has the potential to shift the momentum massively, just moments of brilliance like that. So hopefully Brisbane can stay on course here. Was that a flower bag?
Yeah.
A little bit, but unbelievable goal. Wow. Good game so far.
Jeremy Cam with the celebration.
Yeah. Come on, Lions. Well done.
Even though he plays for a team I don't necessarily like, I think I can't hate Jeremy Cameron just because he's so good, but also the fact that like he seems like a real nice and funny guy.
Agreed. Yeah. Oh, good defensive effort.
Oh.
Yeah. That was really good by.
Pick it up. All right, take it back. Harley Reid.
Harley Reid would have kicked that.
Yep, Harley Reid. Harley Reid beats Dempsey.
$18 points. Young Beat says, I want to hate Jezza and Hawkins, but they seem like great blokes. Yeah. I've heard Hawkins is a really, a real gentleman. That came from my 40-year-old female cousin who met him at an event and said he's just like the nicest guy. So good for him.
Well, I gotta trust them.
Yeah, biased. Harley Reid would never. This Pat Kaz. Nah, he would have jailed that.
Who do you reckon are like some of the nicest players in the league?
Patrick Cripps seems like a real sweetheart.
My judgment is clouded, so I can't say whether or not.
True.
I mean, he doesn't play for us anymore, but I think Brody Grundy seems like a really nice dude.
Darcy Moore?
Yeah, he seems real nice.
For us, it's Liam Duggan's probably the nicest guy at West Coast.
Strange for footballer as well. Darcy Moore seems intelligent.
Yeah.
Do you know he speaks fluent in Indonesian? The Cloggage.
Who does?
Darcy Moore.
Oh, really? Doesn't he sleep in a different room to his girlfriend?
Yeah.
Challenge to
heteronormative. This isn't helping. Yeah, this isn't helping the allegations. But I mean, that's up to them. Plenty of people do it. I think it's more of an old person thing, to be honest.
It's a little strange. I no real judgment, but
no. I think a lot of old people do it.
I suppose. But it was almost like they made it like a political thing. Like they were just like, yeah, we want to challenge the beliefs, the stereotypical beliefs out there about heteronormative relationships. What?
To be fair, the girlfriend is a Triple J host, so that's a bit of part of the course.
Yeah, right. I didn't realize that.
A couple mistakes.
Brisbane really want one back here, eh? Harry Sheasel says he. Harry Sheasel seems cool. I like Harry.
I hear there was a big rumor like a while ago that Darcy Moore was and Jack Sinclair were lovers.
Was it Sinclair or was it Jack Loney?
It was Sinclair.
Was it Sinclair? Was it
him and Elliot?
I heard that, but I could have sworn it was Jack Loney that used to play at St Kilda. Yeah. That rumor did
Sinclair
do the rounds, yeah.
Though I think a lot of football players just like shipping men together. They love seeing men. They love seeing men together.
I've heard some rumors. That will knock your socks off, but I don't really want to perpetuate too many on this channel, but because they are just.
Whenever I say rumor, I don't assume it's true.
Yeah, true. There is one about I can maybe tell you off the stream, but there's one about a couple of WA former players that I do think might be real.
I got a mate who like frequents the big footy boards pretty often, and he told me a fair few outrageous ones.
This is our reality TV. We love this kind of rumor and innuendo. I prefer draft rumors, but they're all still funny.
I also think Harry Sheasel seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah.
He's
cool. He's an impressive young man.
Every time he compliments Dacos, I feel obligated to compliment Sheasel.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's right. Yeah, Dacos is also seems pretty bit of a sweetheart.
Almost Mark.
I feel like Aussies really love the champion nice guy.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't know if in America that's as powerful of an example.
It's one of those things where, like, another person I think is really nice, but people don't like him just because he acts how he acts on field. But Mason Cox.
Yeah. Yeah, fair.
It's completely different from how he is off the field. Off the field, he seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah, I can believe that.
I don't listen to it pick an accent, though. Yeah.
Munted.
I don't listen to it much at all, but he has a podcast that I see some clips here and there from.
Yeah, I don't really doubt that he's a nice person. But on the field, he annoys me. Pat Kaz says, I have to disagree with you.
Nothing to do with the fact that he's the Brisbane supporter.
Oh, yeah. I didn't get that fully at first.
Fair enough. You can believe what you want.
I was stoked with that prelim where Mason Cox beat Richmond because I think everyone was sort of expecting Richmond would go into the grand final against us and be favourite. So to play Collingwood instead at the times felt like a good result. But
see, that's a bit of logic in that because he says he's on the ground for not paying that insufficient intent. But it's like umpires are meant to pay it a lot more if they kick it off the ground, which he did.
Yeah.
So interesting call. I don't disagree with it, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
I know that Ken Corns actually made that comment, I think, about, I think the word we used was they're just jealous about Nick.
There is always the impact of when a player becomes amazing and then gets overhyped. Maybe not overhyped. I don't think Nick is overhyped personally, but just glazed, I suppose, is the word. And, you know, we see this with Harley too. And it happens so much that it just creates this equal and opposite force of people that hate them. And it's especially nothing to do with their fault.
Like, I've been caught up in that when, remember, Dusty was getting glazed constantly, which he deserved it, really. But, like, it's when they're in games and they glaze them for something. But, like, it's just it's like a 30-meter just a kick that anyone should make. Just because it's in the middle, it's impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, that happened earlier this year, and I actually forgot who the player was, but whoever it was, I remember got a handball receive in the goal square and kicked it through, and the commentators went nuts. And I remember thinking, why? Like, sure, he's a champion player, but why right now? Actually, no, you know what? It was Sheasel against West Coast. He kicked a goal in the goal square, and the commentators were like, what an unbelievable player. And he is, but you know, you gotta pick your moments a little bit more, I think.
Good quarter from Geelong.
Half time at football. Have I got the score right? Yes. Yeah, sweet. Good first half. I think the 3 goals that were all amazing is literally the difference between the two sides. Myers times 2 with his assist first, and then Dempsey. Unbelievable.
I suppose they made up for Geelong's inaccuracy in the first quarter.
Yeah, true. Bundy, I keep thinking of that Zach Bailey when he had time and space, 40 metres out, 30 metres out, could have kept running a little bit, missed that kick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people. If there's the same thing here, if like Cecil played for us, it would be the exact same scenario where he would be getting glazed, and then people would hate Cecil.
Yeah, that's true. And Harley as well,
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, if Harley played for Collingwood,
I have
mean,
no doubt
West
that
Coast
Freo
do cop
fans
their haters, but
will feel
I
that.
don't think it would be on the scale of Collingwood, particularly
Yeah.
if Collingwood's in the finals.
Especially because like it's big bias, but like big
Yeah.
teams outside of Victoria don't get as much
Yeah.
talk.
West Coast have been able to, every time we've dipped down the ladder, we've managed to find this generational marquee player. So first it was Judd, now it's Harley, and in the middle there was Nick Nat, who I'm not going to say was necessarily Judd or Harley Reid-esque, but like he was pretty good, like 3 All-Australians.
There was points where like he would have considered the best in his position.
Yeah, 100%. And either way, just a marquee player.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's funny how West Coast have done that. It's a good money-making strategy, but I think there's a bit of luck in that. Like, it was the best year to finish last.
Yeah. Like, I would argue we had something with like Pendles, but like again, that was never like at the peak level. Like he's just consistent.
Yeah, true.
But
Spuckley.
Sticking to fantasy scores, Brian Myers leading all comers.
Really?
62.
Huh.
Max Holmes is second for Geelong, and then Reece Stanley, Jeremy Cameron fourth, and then Atkins fifth for Atkins and Humphreys said fifth. Leading fantasy scorer for Brisbane is Answorth. 61.
Wow.
Lockie Neal 60, Dunkley 56, Zorko 55, and McCluggins 54. Interestingly, Supercoach wise, McCluggins is leading with 77.
Interesting.
Mine's
Stats are fairly even. So Brisbane have significantly more disposals, probably just, not getting that much ground meterage, obviously. And inside 50s are even. I think that reflects this game. Hit-outs 39-18 Geelong's way.
Yeah, I imagine what's called the shoulder's a bad place to get injured for a ruckman.
Yeah.
Because that's where you tap.
Is he right-handed? I think it was his left shoulder and he's right-handed. So hopefully he can get through that. Brisbane up by 4 clearances. The winning contested ball and uncontested ball. So, like the stats, 45 marks to 24 Brisbane's way. The stats do tell you a pretty close game, and that's the way it feels.
Tell you what, Jan Bean, I do agree, because I feel like with Ginnivan, I have felt like a lot more love coming Ginnivan's way this year from neutral fans. Because I think especially when I think of like the see you in 14 days comment, everyone was saying, it's just banter. You shouldn't have said it, but it's banter. If that was us, people would be asking for us to burn his house down.
Yeah. Asking the club to burn his house down. G'day, Luke. I think we were both thinking Geelong, Luke. So what did you think? I do think Brisbane has what it takes to come back and win. To answer the second part of the question, I am pleased with how they've played so far, and I think the scoreline doesn't reflect the game. I think Geelong's 3 goals, as we were saying before, the difference has been 3 amazing, skillful goals, and Brisbane can win. Do you agree with that, Rogie?
Yeah, I do. I think for Brisbane to win, I think they would want, I don't say necessary, but they would want Danaher to work himself into the game a bit more. Yeah. No goals yet. Only 5 disposals.
True. Yeah, it's going to be a good game. And I'm pleased because the last time these two sides met in a prelim was not a good game. So I think I've relaxed now about Brisbane playing well. They're clearly playing well.
I know I want Brisbane to win, but I'm looking at the tip and comps. There's one I'm in that I'm leading by 2.
Shit, I don't know if I did my tips.
One of them was by 3, but this comp is I think it's silly because you get an extra tip if you get every tip right in a round.
Oh, okay.
And that's still on.
Yeah.
So if you get 2 right, and there's only 2 games, you get an extra tip. Just for getting
Damn.
2 games right, which is a bit silly in my eyes.
Yeah.
I think it's fine for like regular season.
Yeah.
The finals is a bit like there's only a few games you get to pick. It's a lot easier to get that
Mm.
extra point. Because if Brisbane win, there's a guy below me who would get 2 tips right and would do 1 below me.
Yeah.
And so their margin is only like 12 difference between us.
Yeah.
So I would basically need to get the tip right in the grand final to win.
Yeah, gotcha. Interesting. So,
Or just get
did
the
you
same
tip Sydney
thing.
and Geelong?
Yeah, I tipped Sydney and Geelong.
Yeah. Who would you
They-
tip for the grand final this far out, assuming it's Geelong?
Probably Geelong.
Yeah. Again, I think it's just that
MCG factor, and plus there'll probably be a few mental scars from
yeah.
Sydney players after getting belted 2 years ago.
If we didn't have 2022 as an example, I think I'd be a little bit more thinking it would be a close game. And it probably will still be a close game. But yeah, I can't shake that little cognitive bias I have. Even though Sydney are probably better and Geelong are probably not quite 2022 level. I don't know. I suppose we don't even know Geelong's playing yet.
The Judd Kennedy trade? Because I feel like long term, I think West Coast won. Short term, Carlton did. But I think it's fairly even.
Yeah.
Because like Kennedy is Kennedy your leading goal kicker? West Coast leading goal kicker?
Yeah.
So what do you... Sure, you got a Brownlow at Carlton, but I think Kennedy got them a premiership as well.
Yeah, a couple of Colemans.
Yeah, I think I got to give the edge to West Coast.
Yeah. It's a tough one because you assess like usually the biggest evidence is premiership. And Kennedy was a huge part of that. But I don't know if it's always the best way to assess. Like, just because Carlton didn't win one doesn't mean they didn't get a good amount of value out of that trade.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of the biggest win-wins out there. West Coast could have easily not won a flag. And then if West Coast don't win a flag, how do we assess it? Will we say it's even? Do we say Carlton won it? I don't know.
Because like you look at also games played, Kennedy played 271 games for West Coast, and Judd played 145. So it's like almost half
Judd was about
games.
I think. Yeah. I think it's probably one of the biggest win-wins that you can have. What are some other win-wins? I don't know.
Chris Judd got 4 Australians compared to Josh Kennedy's in their time frame.
He got 1 extra. Did you say Judd?
1 extra, Judd. Yep.
Yeah.
I think it comes to mind. I think with the service we both teams got for him. I think it was a straight swap for Adams and Heath Shaw.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I think that's a win-win.
Yeah. Yeah, good call. What did you get for Ollie Henry? Or was that part of the Mitchell deal?
Yeah, it was part of the Mitchell deal.
Yeah.
I think I'll have to look it up, but I know in terms of, I'm not sure about picks, which way
25 and 41 or something. I want to say those numbers were involved.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to say who gave up who for when it's a freeway trade.
Yeah.
But we essentially, players-wise, we got Tom Mitchell, Geelong got Kennery, and then I think Cooper Stevens, I want to say. Whole thing up.
God. Yeah. Yeah. That's the part that gets lost a little bit in this Tim Kelly stuff with that trade is that Geelong took Cooper Stevens. So it's like for us, let's talk about us selling a future. There weren't that many good picks taken around that range.
I mean, yeah, you look at it like who else was available?
I think I did it in a video. I think Georgiadis was the WA boy around, and De Koning, maybe. Sam De Koning was the next Geelong pick, which didn't come from us, but he was still there. Maybe we could have gone to Koning. But he's not even playing, is he?
No. He got injured at the wrong time. I think what I understand from what I've heard from Geelong players, he was a bit average since he got his face smashed in. He had to wear the mask.
Yeah. Doc Durag says, I want Lions to win even though I'm a Port supporter. Yeah, I think I'm going for the Lions to come back. He says Judd is a Carlton supporter. Oh, well, then he can go screw himself again. We've got the better Judd. We've got the Judd.
Nick was a Carlton supporter for like a few years.
That's right.
Temporarily.
Yeah. I think Jake Waterman was a Power supporter as well. Like, you're a father's son, brother. Same thing with Dacos.
Gaz and Gaz on Fox Footy.
He says, would you trade Harley for Sicily and Watson? No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Not for his... Sicily's like 30. Nearly.
I thought it was so silly that the come away was from, but AFL media was trying to justify, like, will North Melbourne regret not picking Nick Watson over Dersma?
Yeah,
It was like, it's a year into their careers.
It was Hoyne. Hoyne said North Melbourne fans will cringe watching Nick Watson.
Because Watson's in a role that's like a lot more easy to impact as a first-year player compared to a 190 plus centimeter mid forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And playing in a good system that's working. You know, Nick Watson playing at North and West Coast and Richmond, he wouldn't have had the same year, even if he's unbelievably talented. It just wouldn't have been the same. And frankly, when, you know, Hawthorn started poorly, admittedly, this was the start of Watson's career. Like, he wasn't going too crash hot. He got better as the team got better too. So, yeah, I think North made the logical decision, to be honest.
Okay, from Brandon, would you trade Harley and Waterman for both Dacos bros? I wouldn't. As a Pies fan.
Waterman and Dacos, I think, Jake and Josh, probably the same age, 2016 draft.
Yeah, Josh is like 25, 24.
Okay. I think Jake's 26.
Yeah, I think Josh is 25, I want to say.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to do that deal, yeah.
Yeah, he's 25, although his birthday's in November, so he'll be 26. Josh.
Yeah. If we got the commitment from the Dakai to play for the rest of their careers, that'd be hard to turn that down.
I can't imagine them anywhere else. Nick's like 20, I want to say.
Yeah, I mean, like if they hypothetically got traded to West Coast and signed 10-year contracts.
Nah, Nick's 21, but you have 10 plus years of Dacos. Nick, I should say.
Yeah, you do that.
I saw Josh Dacos got engaged recently.
I saw that.
But it apparently it made like, I can't remember what country, but it was like some Nordic country. It made their news for some reason. I don't know why. It wasn't even, they didn't even, he proposed in like Greece, so I'm not sure why.
I was going to say, it was like Santorini or something, or maybe not Santorini, but it was in Greece.
I don't know why, but
that's so weird. Young Bean says, I don't think Watson was playing bad at the start of the year. He just wasn't converting. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't, I didn't really mean that as a serious comment. I just mean like the end version of Nick Watson, that got better as the team got better, as is true with any young player. Yeah. Harley would be a better player if he had the more support at West Coast. What he did was crazy, but if he had a better team around him, he would have been able to be more consistent, I reckon.
Once Watson managed to get some confidence from actually being able to kick a goal and not miss, and that did a lot for him.
Yeah. Saying Dersma has every ability to become a superstar. Oh, yeah, I agree. He has the attributes that are worth waiting for.
And I was looking at I was reading some of the Herald Sun. I think it was about like what teams want to do what. I can't remember what the even article was about, but maybe it was looking back on Collingwood's year. But they were saying how Schultz was disappointing, which I agree to an extent. But they were saying compared to how Ginnivan had like was like a great success, which to an extent he was. But I think when I compared like the two of them, Ginnivan averaged like about 4 more disposals.
Yeah.
But Schultz averaged only like 0.02 less goals for the year.
Right. Yeah.
And because Schultz missed a few games.
Yeah.
As well as like Schultz averages more tackles comfortably.
Yeah.
Again, I think
there's something to be said for the Collingwood effect, maybe amplifying the hype of that trade a little bit, because so many more people are invested, so it starts to make the news more, and therefore it was more prominent in people's minds, the magnitude of the trade. Whereas, I don't know if it would have had the same amount of scrutiny if it was a smaller club, maybe. So people are hyper-focusing on it.
I do agree here that Ginnivan definitely had more big impact, but I also think it's a similar thing where like comparing, not to that extent, but like Dersman and Watson, where, how much does that play into just West Hawthorn being a better team all around than Collingwood this year?
That's a good point too. Yeah. Yeah.
Who's to say if you put Schultz in, you swap Schultz to Hawthorn, who's to say he doesn't have a big impact, but who knows? I'm just saying the gap is not that big between Ginnivan and Schultz.
Yeah. Yeah, fair.
Yeah, I'm definitely upset. Less about trading Ginnivan, merely what we traded him for.
Yeah.
We got like a future second rounder.
Yeah, is that your first pick this year? Or second?
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But I think we got another pick somewhere, but essentially we got like a really shit pick, and then we just swapped our seconds, and that ended up hurting us because we ended up having our pick go down.
Shit, true. Oh, who saw that coming? Hawthorn finishing higher than Collingwood this year.
I think,
like when you look back last year, no way.
Yeah, I think a big part why we were happy to trade him was just behavior from Ginnivan.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'll mature, Ginnivan.
Yeah.
He's only like 20 or 21.
Yeah. I might just take a leak. Are you happy to hold the floor? Get some power quotes.
I will do that.
All right. Some Newt Gunray quotes.
I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, that guy. I was like, who the hell is Newt Gunray? But I've never even heard his name. This is getting out of hand. Now there's 2 of them. She can't do that. Shoot her or something. Now, chat, have you heard the tragedy of Dark Plagueis the Wise? It's not a story Jesse would tell you. Yeah, bad luck from Jesse. Even as the game gets started. You haven't heard the Dark Plagueis story of Dark Plagueis?
Roommates in the bathroom. I can't even. Gotta hold on.
Sorry, chat. You don't get to hear the tragedy of Dark Plagueis the Wise. Jesse is here.
And now there are 2 of them. All right, second half underway.
You can't do that. Shoot him or something.
Good one. That's a good one. The Senate and of the Senate. I can't remember the rest of the sentence. Stangle.
Oh, Stangle. I put my mate onto those videos of Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan Kenobi watching the prequels.
Oh, they're so good, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love those. That's Charlie Hopkinson on YouTube.
So my mate's a bigger Star Wars fan than I am, but
really?
Yeah, he's a real big Star Wars fan.
Good for him.
I know, right? So much where he even complains about when I said that stormtroopers and clones, it's okay to confuse them because they basically look exactly the same.
Oh yeah.
He said, no, they don't. I was like, shut up.
Oh yeah, the armor's slightly different, but like,
Yeah,
they look similar enough. I agree.
he's that type of nerd.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough.
The virgin kind. Just like Busher.
Robbie's not watching this.
I heard him. I was got into the stream yesterday when he was talking about the Rings of Power when you were gone.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. I walked away. I was like, boys, you hold the floor. And I just hear 2 seconds later. So what about the Rings of Power? Should have known. Not that
I was
much better.
interested in the Game of Thrones chat.
That's right.
Game of Thrones guy myself. Fan of that.
Yeah.
Read the books.
Nice. Yeah, I read the first 3 or 4, and I reckon maybe it was the 4th one I read, and they introduced an entirely different set of characters, and I kind of dropped it.
Yeah, like one of the books doesn't have Jon, Daenerys, or Tyrion. I think, who are basically the main characters. Interception.
Uh-oh. Danger signs indeed. Or
danger, danger, danger.
Yeah. Oh dear.
He needs a butler, butler, butler.
What's that from? Is that a commentator?
It's BT.
Yeah, I thought so.
Like, I think I can't remember who. Someone's chasing who, and BT is just like danger, danger, danger. Butler, butler, butler.
Yeah, that triggered something in my memory.
I know you guys were talking about which characters for who were Game of Thrones. I actually think I was looking at Taylor Adams. I think he kind of looks a bit like Rob Stark, a bit, just vaguely.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Maybe my recall of Game of Thrones niche characters isn't that strong.
I did say in the chat, I think you might not have seen it, but I said I'd be Podrick Payne in the sense that I'm there for a bit and everyone loves me.
Yeah.
Everyone being he.
Yeah. Oh, is that a kidney situation there for Danger? Zorks. Oh, that's a poor kick by Zorko. Oh, it might start to break down here for the Lions.
This is not what we want to see.
Oh, great tackle. That's a great. Is that Sorgan? No, it's Dunkley.
Dunkley.
Yeah.
Had him for most of the year in fantasy.
That's good.
I didn't end up doing very well. End up finishing very well in fantasy.
Bit of a chop of the arms there. I reckon that's a bit lucky for Brisbane. Good goal. Very good goal. Needed that badly. I reckon one more goal the other way. Despite what happened last time we streamed, Rogie. I think
I'm not going to make any calls now.
Yeah.
I remember when I said that we were asking. It was late, it was halfway through the fourth quarter, and we're saying who do we think we hold on? Do we think Brisbane hold on or not Brisbane? GBS hold on or Brisbane get over top? And for half a second, I was so tempted to say Brisbane get over top, but I decided to be a pussy and to say GBS hold on.
I remember us doing that, and I reckon there was about 8 minutes left. I reckon it was when it was 100-80. I feel like that was the score when we had that conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good result. Good finish. I think the Lions have played well tonight. I think Geelong have just stood up in moments that it's very hard to defend. And Brisbane have had a couple of opportunities and they've blocked them badly.
Or dangerous, perhaps?
Oh, you got lucky there, McCluggage. He's not actually playing very well, I don't think. He's not having a good night. he got lucky there, but he ran himself into trouble a little bit. And that's not the first time that's happened.
I mean, it's exactly the opposite of what he was doing against Giants.
Yeah, I can't remember if you were on the stream when I said that same thing. I think it was very early on. He got caught holding the ball in their forward pocket, like in defense, I think, and then I think Geelong missed the shot. Yeah, it happens. He played well last week, so
bit of the false jump for Dempsey.
Yeah,
made him think that he was going to jump and there was Dangerfield.
Yeah,
don't think that was intentional.
Dangerfield's clearly all right. Manor.
Ooh, that's a bad option.
Agreed. That was a first-year player making a poor decision. But Brisbane have made some of their own tonight, so that kind of evens
I mean,
it.
he's a mature player, though.
Yeah. First or second final, probably, though.
Yeah. I mean, he's got history in finals in the AFL.
True. Probably got 100,000 people there nearly, or 90. This is a good play from Brisbane. Well done. They're playing well. They're not just getting goals against the flow. It feels like when they have the ball, they look really good at times.
Yeah.
It makes me optimistic.
Geelong have just been a bit more classy in this last few quarters.
Oof.
I live for the Chris Scott reactions.
Yeah. Brad Scott's good for a few as well. Charlie. Nice.
Ooh,
good result. Couple in a row to the Lions. This is game on. And I might try and go pee
again.
Right, this time, well, I didn't get to pee last time. My roommate was in the bathroom.
Okay.
I just filled up my water bottle.
Sure.
This time, give me... Pat says will Danger be suspended? I reckon they will avoid suspending him.
It's prelim final week. No one's getting suspended.
Yeah. You can belt somebody at this point. What are the Star Wars characters? Captain Panaka. That's too niche. You can't quote him, surely. Red group, blue group, follow me. That's a real quote.
Your Highness, this is a battle. I do not think we can win. Looks pretty bad. I'll be honest, that's all I got. Oh, Oscar McInerney, not good. Again, I asked you, Patgaz, do you know what week it is? Do you know what you're saying? The MRO and having integrity? Think about it. Good kick under pressure. Were the Mongols the greatest ancient civilization? Ooh. I think it comes close. When you look at mass area, I think you gotta give it to them. But I reckon you look at just how internet connected and how well run it is, maybe you got to give it to the Roman Empire. Who knows? The Byzantine Empire is a close shout as well. Not gonna lie.
Did you get any good Panaka quotes in there, bro?
Your Highness, this is a battle I do not think we can win. That's all I got. I was once talking about the greatest ancient civilization.
The greatest what, sorry?
Ancient civilization.
Oh.
Or it's not going to market.
Oh, come on.
Oh, good smother.
Oh, it's a hot footy Brisbane charging, man. Oh, I see Joyce's comments now.
Yeah, I said when you look at the landmass, I think you got to give it to Mongols. When you look at how Loman. Brisbane are making a
Yes.
charge.
Come on, Brisbane.
I was saying that you look at how well run a civilization is. Maybe you got to give it to the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Or
They
the
did
Byzantine
have
Empire
heaps
was
of
also well done.
draft assistants, though.
No, they did it from the ground up.
Yeah.
The Roman Empire. Eight points.
Good game. Well done to Brisbane for, it just looked like if Geelong got the next one, this game would be buried, but Brisbane's fought back just like they did last week. And this is a good game. Good prelim so far.
Yeah, so I forget his name. McInerney did his shoulder again.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah.
5 appearances to 1 this quarter, Brisbane's way. Oh, come on, Brisbane. Geelong fans. Oh, hang on. I think do take exception to be barracking against them. But the truth is, it's kind of just out of respect that I don't go for them. Because I already respect them as a very good team.
It's nothing personal, Geelong fans. It's just that you won too much.
Cameron's. That's exactly right. Cameron just hit his head. Oh, dear.
Also, I think having the same grand final as 2 years ago was a bit lame.
Yeah.
Especially when the first one was not a classic at all.
No. It was very forgettable.
You look at, say, the West Coast, Sydney grand finals.
Fires.
They need Messi.
In the middle of the ground. Is that Bose? Oh, was it Mullen? I thought it was Bose.
Had a bit of a Mullen.
Yeah. My favourite type of fish. I don't think it's a fish, but it sounds like it could be a fish, a mullen. Best kid's name's Ocean, isn't it? That's how you pronounce it.
Who?
That Mullen Irish guy?
Yeah.
His first name's like Ocean? Ocean, maybe?
Yeah, Ocean.
So it's like an Ocean Mullen. This is the analysis people subscribe for.
Yeah, your mum's an Ocean Mullen.
Come on, man. If Chris Scott is the GOAT coach, like the media claims, he should be able to adjust here.
Fair point. Mark
that. Bruin. Down to Stanley. Oh, dear.
Oh.
Good goal, though.
Good goal.
See you, Young Bean.
You know, if Chris Scott was really the best coach ever, he would just make that team win. What is he, stupid?
Yeah. Well, Brandon's here for the Star Wars analysis. All right. What do we got?
I think the worst... People hate episode 8, but the worst one by far was episode 9.
Yeah. The story, anyway.
Yeah.
I kind of equally liked them all in the cinema. And when I reflected on the story later, I hated them. The story.
I think episode 8 is what's it called? You could give them props for actually trying something new.
Yeah.
Trying to do something interesting.
I think the biggest knock on it as a film is the story arc where they go to the casino.
Yeah,
ended up being entirely pointless, right?
Yeah, that's pointless. I think they
I did like the scene at the end where they fight, like Luke and Kylo.
Yeah.
I think that was a cool scene.
I think episode 8 with the spoilers when they kill, I forget his name, but the
Snoke.
Supreme Leader, Snoke. I think that really could have been a lot better. Looked a lot better if this episode, what's it called, 9 did something more interesting with it, other than just like, he's I can't remember what they do with it, but somehow Palpatine returned.
I completely agree. Yeah. It was a cool scene as well when Snoke and Rey fought in that, but that could have maybe been the end of 9 and the story would have been better.
I'm happy to say what I say what I say, and I stand by it, Brandon.
I think I remember walking out of that and being like, wow, so they've killed Snoke. I was a bit flat, but I was like, that must mean there's something awesome coming. But it turns out there was no plan whatsoever. Raina. We've got a forecast of Raina.
Shut up. Analysis.
It's Raina, man. Hallelujah. It's Raina goals, maybe.
All right, now you're trying to
says it's a banger third term. I agree.
Hey, Joel, Brisbane put up a fight.
Would you rather the mental issues of Anakin or the love life of Obi-Wan? Obi-Wan was classic.
This day and age, maybe the mental issues of Anakin, you know. There's therapy now.
Yeah, true. Obi-Wan in Clone Wars did have a little miso situation, though, I think. Given Anakin got his dick burned off, I'll take Obi-Wan.
Hey. This is not about the dick burn. This is about the mental issues. You're not getting the dick burned. Your dick is intact.
Yeah, true.
So it does change things, though, if that is the case.
Especially when he was 22 when it happened.
All the best years are gone.
Yeah, cut down in his prime, that's for sure. 8 points the margin. We've got 8:52 remaining in the third term. This is an awesome game.
Tackling is Brisbane has shown what needs to be done.
Do not hesitate, show no mercy. Oh, Raina did well. Very well, in fact. Got the ball back. Well done. The kick was a little
not
bit...
so much. Yeah, I do believe, what's it called? What Brisbane are doing to get back into this is their pressure is really up.
Yeah.
Like they got 17 tackles to 3 this quarter.
Yeah. There's a resilience and a maturity now with Brisbane, probably from playing so many finals and playing in a grand final, that they're not rolling over by any stretch, even when it looked like they might at one point.
I know the take was always that Brisbane struggled in the second half of the game. This year, at least.
Yeah.
In the narrative a bit.
Here we go.
Good kick.
Ashcroft. Charlie. Raina.
Ooh. That hit the post, did it not?
I thought it was a goal, but I haven't seen a replay yet.
It was close. Call it a goal.
He's saying it was touched, but he's saying it to his teammates.
Great effort, though.
Sure, they review it. They got to review that.
I mean, they review everything, don't they? They just don't show it.
Yeah. Supposedly. Wow, how young is that umpire? He might not be that young, but he looked about 20.
Score review.
Oh, yeah, it's absolutely nowhere near abuse. It does touch Archie's hand.
Yeah.
So maybe abuse is saying it touched Archie's hand.
I mean, to be fair, he could also touch his left hand. But you don't need to have a closer look.
He is young compared to me. That's right, Pat. Come on, man.
Well,
no need for that. How old are you again, Rogie?
23.
Oh, yeah. I actually don't miss being 20 at all. I actually think I'm happier at 30. Personally. I think it does get better.
I'll see how I feel when I'm 30.
Yeah. Still got a long while yet. I don't know. At 20, I was just young, dumb, and poor.
Yeah.
Now I'm old, wise, and poor.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Well, how old are you exactly?
How old am I? I turned 31 in a couple of months. I'm 30. I shouldn't round up. I'm 30.
But you said that, Pat. I have back pain and I'm 23.
Yeah.
I
get bad back injuries every now and then from deadlifting, but I started getting those at 20, so I reject the old age.
I didn't throw my back out, but I couldn't properly walk for a week because I hurt my back when I went bowling.
Oh wow! Is that from handstand twerking against the wall?
No. It's from rubbing the balls on the back. But we played 2 games. I hurt the first one, and I played through my back in severe pain in the second game.
Oh wow! When you say bowling, you mean cricket or 10-pin bowling?
10-pin bowling.
Oh yeah, I was going to say.
Damn. Yeah, I heard it midway through the first game, and then I played through the second one.
Oh yeah.
Bad back. And I won the second game.
Yeah. Oh really?
So what's it say about?
Yeah.
Also, there's a meme about you either good at bowling or you're good at something else.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, shocking kick.
Oh, it's a tense game. I really want Brisbane to get close. That's my analysis. But I mean, I really want them to like get in front and make it feel real red hot.
I did used to do bowling and cricket as well. Was definitely a bowler.
Again, 10-pin or cricket?
Cricket,
yeah, nice.
I was probably around 9 or 10 on the batting order.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I'm only really good for smashing them.
Yeah, the Andrew Simons of your time. Oh, actually, good handball, great handball. You got to keep this, Bailey. Slipped his disc at 17. Oh my god, Pat Kaz hurt him at 15. Bowling is quite bad for your back.
Yeah, it's just constant movement like that.
Yeah,
it's just you bending your back a lot.
Yeah. Oh, what a game!
How many goals is that for Brisbane this quarter?
What was the halftime score? I want to say it was 55-36. So that's 5 goals to 2. Great third term. Somebody actually asked before who's going to have the better last quarter. Well, we said that Brisbane are the worst last quarter team in the comp, and then they did what they did against the Giants. So I think in finals, it's just a different ball game.
Yeah. I still have it in me that I think Geelong just get over the top at some point.
Yeah.
So that could.
I don't know. I'm starting to really feel Brisbane. They've consistently been good this game, to be honest. Even when they were conceding goals, they weren't poor.
Yeah.
All it counts is making the most of your opportunities, and they've done that for the most part. But it's going to be one of those quarters where Geelong could have less inside 50s and kick more.
Yeah, I just think Geelong can just do a Geelong.
They're getting absolutely pumped, to be honest. If we're honest, over the last 5-10 minutes, this has been they're all over them.
Just smashed the contest.
Great game.
Brisbane
have been fantastic.
Geelong's midfield that people harp on about is living up to people's expectations of what it was pre-finals. To say nothing great.
Paralyzed for a sec. Oh my god, that's awful, Woody. This doesn't compare at all to your story. That sounds way more terrifying. But I did. I remember getting my knee trapped under me in a tackle once, and I couldn't move my leg, and I was in excruciating pain. And I was like, "Fuck, I've done an ACL." Turned out to be just a sprain, thankfully. But There was the specific way my leg got caught under me that I was like, oh no, that's bad. And it was so dumb, man. I was like lying on the ground being like, I can't get up. And they were trying to get me up to the ball up.
Henry, look where the ball is.
There was like no concern for me whatsoever. They were just like, hey, we got to stop it here. In the end, it turned out all right. All hit wood.
Like, you never don't want to be the guy who's like, I've done my ACL, and you get up and you're fine.
And play the last quarter. I think I did come back on and play, to be honest. It was just a moment, but that doesn't compare to thinking you're bloody paralyzed, man. That's awful.
I know my dad, when he just played footy, he was telling me the story the one time when he got knocked out.
Oh, really?
And then later that night he drove and went to a rave. He was like in his 20s.
That's shocking. Loman's lining up to put them in front.
You should put them in front regardless of what he does.
You should at least put them in front. He does put them in front, but it's only by behind.
Yeah, they need Max Holmes on. He's one of their better players in the first half.
True. One of their best in general. I wonder who would win their best and fairest, actually.
I think Holmes, to be honest.
Yeah. I thought he got clothesline there. Maybe
yeah.
not.
Did Cameron play every game this year?
I feel like he missed a chunk, but I could have that wrong. It might have only been 3 or 4 he missed, though, if that's correct.
Okay.
Danger probably missed too many, I'd say. Let's have a look, actually.
Yeah, it's certainly like medical science has definitely evolved since especially since the 80s and shit, 70s, 80s, 90s, when ACL was like your career's done.
Yeah. Concussion protocols now don't include raving. Jeremy Cameron played 23 games, so probably missed 1 home and away game by that logic.
I was saying earlier about how Geelong have been more classy this game, but that's kind of thrown on their head, at least since this Brisbane surge has happened, because they've been pretty poor going forward.
Yeah. What actually happened to Holmes? I missed that.
I have no idea. I missed that too.
G'day, Anthony Pereira. G'day, Darthy. One hell of a prelim so far. Brisbane all over them. A lot of uncontested ball and a 50.
Why would you think that was play on?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, why?
I mean, other ones are like, whatever. That's like, you don't want that to pay 50, but like, that's just blatant.
Yeah. Okay, so they're saying home city's hammy, Darthy said. Rayner missed. That's a tough one because you risk the grand final if you win, and Holmes missing another grand final would be tragic. But they could easily just lose if they don't play him. So it's a big gamble.
Brisbane win this and make the grand final. Who you picking?
Shit, that's tough. Hey, they played at the Gabba this year, and it was 2 points. Oh. I tell you what, it's so hard to go past the Brisbane that's playing right now because they are very good, and I feel like they could beat Sydney if they were playing Sydney tonight. And
Sydney were the only team that has lost to a team from outside top 4.
True.
Final, so
I reckon that's a genuine 50-50.
I gotta give the edge to Sydney just because they were the best team all year.
Yeah. Oh. I can see myself changing my mind. My mind changed 3 or 4 times in the time it took you to ask me that. So we'll see.
I think Rampy could possibly be injured. So if he's out, that could be a big loss.
You say Nick Rampy?
Maybe. Dane.
Holmes is back out there, yeah. Wooden Spoon Data is back in Sydney. better ruck overall stats, and I'm convinced that wins premierships. Interesting.
Better ruck wins premierships.
Well, yeah,
Also,
McInerney should
McInerney is even if he does play, he won't necessarily be 100%.
Yeah. Well, the thing with that is that they can probably just jab him up, hopefully, because it's just a dislocation. You never know. If Jeremy McGovern can play with like a rib in his kidney or whatever the hell it was some gruesome injury. He should be okay.
Need to put it forward. Someone's going to beat him.
Great quarter. Good game of footy. Could Brisbane have spent their petrol tickets if the game continues at that intensity and Brisbane stay good? It's very hard to tip against them right now.
Yeah.
They were very good.
You got to ask questions. Does John have that extra level they can go to match this?
The answer is probably yes. They certainly can, but it's a tough one to back them with confidence after that. They just got steamrolled. Brisbane were all over them.
Who's playing in the Waffle Grand Final?
Go on, Anthony. Hit us with the rumour, by the way. It's okay if it doesn't come from me. The Waffle Grand Final is Peel Thunder and East Perth.
East Perth win it, and I have no idea. I've never seen a Waffle game. I have no idea. I'm just going to say it's Fremantle. Yeah. Or is that the wrong one? I can't remember. I forgot the team immediately.
Yeah, Peel is aligned with Fremantle. They'll probably win, actually. I don't know. I don't actually follow the Waffle outside of our Reggie's team. And because the team I actually go for is the worst team. So
I saw the VFL Grand Final. It's both non-affiliate teams.
When's that?
I don't know. Not sure. But I know it's Werribee, and I want to say Southport.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Braden
is a week before the Grandy AFL.
Normally. Braden Crosley, who is the captain of Southport, is 25 years old. Look up a picture of him and tell me that he looks 25 years old.
Did you send it on Insta?
No, I was imagining Braden Crosley.
Did you say Braden Crosley?
Yeah.
Is that the former Gold Coast player?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He is 25 years old.
Brother. He looks like he could be my dad. Nankervis is another one that threw me as being younger than me. But I suppose he's at least 29 now, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. The aggressively shaved head goes a long way. And the very convincing mustache handlebar.
Yeah, the big fuck off mustache.
Yeah. I thought he was good, actually. He got done for some sort of drug-related thing at Gold Coast.
Yeah. Used to have the mustache.
He says, love to smash Peel on the granny.
Shaved with a beard.
Who's going to win?
Who's going to win? Brisbane.
Yeah, I'm thinking Brisbane too.
We've just got the run.
We've got a few comments here. Anthony said, are you saying that the winner of the Brownlow, that's the rumour you've heard, that you already know it's Nick Dacos? Interesting.
Subscribe.
I think he will win anyway. Did you see the Easy Street murderer from 50 years back was arrested in Rome? I'm going to plead ignorance. I'm not aware of the Easy Street murderer. Where was that? Is that Victoria? Melbourne?
Where was it? Easy Street.
Yeah, where's Easy Street? Oh, Joycey knows a rumor. This could be absolutely anything. This is almost certainly made up. 2
I heard
winners
of
this
it.
year. Oh, Pat Cripps on 33 as well.
I would. Well, I want Nick to win, and I would be happy with that. But I'll be happy if he won it by himself.
Yeah. It's been 21 years since we.
Do both players give? Do every player who wins it gives a speech if it's the same year? If it's a tie?
Yeah, but with the Brownlow, they do it more as an interview format, don't they? Like they stand up there and ask them questions, and is there anyone you want to thank? That sort of thing. So, yeah, I'd imagine. Busher is the Claremont serial killer.
No, it's all adding up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darcy says bring back the mullet.
Man.
Yeah, it's crossed my mind, but I don't know.
I need to get
not
it
anymore.
to make it more obvious, but I do have a mullet.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Would they both win the Brownlow? Yes, they would. Keep the Borat look, says DM. Come on.
Sassy Brown Cohen's a good-looking guy. If you squint.
Yeah, not as Borat though.
I know, I'm starting to see it, man.
Bring back the mullet and grow a filthy mustache. This is pretty much the best you can get from me, like in terms of thickness.
I have shaved before. I haven't rocked it for more than a few minutes.
Yeah.
But when I was shaving one time, I was shaving it, and I did shave into a handlebar.
Oh yeah, cool. I don't think I can grow a handlebar properly. It doesn't quite line up on one of the.
Yeah, it's not great. For granted, when I shaved, it wasn't I don't really grow my beard out that much. But hold on, I'll just.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll see if the stream can see this.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good actually.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I like that. Can we just stay with the homeless Borat look? Thanks, man.
Who wins some here, chat?
Yeah, I'm saying Lions, but I am always wrong in this scenario. A man bun. I can't do a man bun because my hair is gross when it grows out. It's really.
I used to have a man bun. Yeah. My hair used to be long.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, hit the post. When my hair was long, it was down to here.
Whoa. Damn.
That was during COVID when I grew that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like a lot of people.
Yeah. I think I just got fat from drinking red wine. 1 point the margin.
Good kick.
Oh, handball too hot.
I think Stengel wasn't great before when Answorth ran off. Really should have followed him, but
yeah,
could work out.
Yeah, true. Darcevic. Oh man, this is a war. It's not raining there, is it? I can't tell if it's just my screen quality. No, it doesn't look like rain.
No. I feel like we're going to see a few players. It is raining, actually.
Oh, okay. I'm not going insane then.
I feel like we're going to see a few players maybe get some head knocks in this quarter.
Yeah.
That seems really on the cards. Let's hope not.
Mm.
Yeah, this is going to be a
sides as well.
This is going to be a war of attrition in the wet.
Yeah, both teams are kind of suited to it, I reckon. Particularly Brisbane playing home games in Queensland with Dew and stuff. So I know they'll both be okay. Oh, really probably needed to bring him down there. Oh, and Stengel uncontested.
Starcevich got a bit worried about Dangerfield taking the mark there.
Mm. I'm being subbed is the chat. I didn't actually hear them say sub, but I believe you. Because I mute it. Not mute it, but I've got the commentary quite quiet.
Wow.
Duncan.
That's a call.
Yeah. I think it's got to be the right call there. But very impactful. And if Geelong lose, they'll probably brew the bad luck of him getting injured.
Yeah. It's looking about the same for Geelong, where they're going forward. Not really looking where they're kicking.
Mm. Oh, Dangerfield could. What's happened?
McInerney on the stretcher.
For his shoulder?
Mark. Don't know.
Do you put someone in a stretcher for a dislocated shoulder? So I'm thinking something else happened.
Like he's half sitting up a bit.
Yeah. You'd probably put it in a sling, maybe.
Oh, Leicester.
Good hands, Berry. Berry has been, I keep saying it, I have no idea what his stats are, but I feel like he's done something good every time I've seen him get the ball this final series.
That's a throw.
Yeah. Both defenses holding up.
Well, it looks like a win for a cracker.
Wooden Spoon says, I'm not sure if it was holding for Kai. No, I don't think. Well, I think he gave away the free kick perhaps when he threw it up and missed it with his foot rather than the actual tackle.
Well, Brisbane going to win this. It'll be another classic Brisbane win.
Oh, it would be their best finals run, excluding like grand finals. We don't know what's going to happen there, but
another close finals win. We'll have John.
It would be the best finals win, yeah.
Although, sorry to say that, but if they do make it, I can't make it grand final day for the 3-for-3 Brisbane Classic finals.
Oh yeah.
So Brisbane make it. Sorry, someone's getting pumped.
Here we go, Bailey. He's had a bit of an almost night tonight, Bailey. A couple of good things though.
Ooh, Stewart's been great in defence.
Yeah,
which isn't new and something new.
Roman's betting on an extra time. God.
Good to see. When's the last time we had extra time in a final?
Somebody
would
said
it have been the West
11
Coast?
Years or 7 years? Oh yeah, 7 years of course. It was West Coast. Yeah.
Yeah, against Port. Was that the one where? Was that Shuey or Yo?
Yes.
Shuey.
Yeah, Shuey. Yeah.
And Polek got him high.
Yeah.
Man, what happened to Polek?
Yeah.
Went to North and then just died.
Yeah. He was good on his day. If I'm not mistaken, maybe the previous extra time final was also West Coast Collingwood in 2007.
Yeah.
I don't think there were any in between. That was the first one as well. Extra
James Swan with the final goal of the game.
Oh, was it? In 2007? Yeah, right. Yeah, that was heartbreaking.
Oh,
that was on the ball.
To be fair, it was like the Dance One goal was an over-the-top handball from Pendles.
Right. I think I blocked that out of my mind.
I don't remember. I don't really know it from replays.
Yeah. I think at that age, I was young enough where, like, I cared, but I would probably dip out of the game for, like, 10 minutes. And if it got tense and we looked like losing, I might have left the room.
No.
All even.
Looked good for like half a second.
Yeah.
I never told you this, but I didn't watch the replay as a kid. Not the replay, the drawn grand final. I didn't watch like the last 10 minutes because I was a kid. I was 9 and I was too nervous to watch.
Yeah. I also think I did similar in 2005 when Leo Barry took that mark. I think I left the room for a lot of that last quarter. I remember at one point listening to the radio, not watching the screen. Weirdly.
Bro, what a coward. I was 9.
Yeah, I would have been 11 in 05.
Good fist.
I didn't have the attention span to watch full Eagles games until I was about 15, I reckon.
I wasn't really into football as a kid.
Yeah.
As a young kid. I remember literally especially cricket as well. Like I remember cricket. I played cricket not because actually, well, good mark. Wanted to play cricket because I just wanted to play on my Pokemon with my mates on the sheds when we were batting.
Yeah. Oh, it's tense. Wooden Spoon Data says he cried in 97, 04, 9, and 10. Wait, how old are you, Wooden Spoon Data?
Ooh. I cried in 2018.
Yeah. Same. I did actually tear up thinking we were going to lose.
The last minute or 30 seconds or so, I left the room because it was locked in your front half.
Yeah.
Just stoppage after stoppage, and I just left the room. And I remember we had a mat that was hanging over a rug. Charlie.
Oh. Was that deliberate? Yeah, you can only conclude that was deliberate, but it didn't look good. He's found Archie. This is big.
But we had a rug, a Collingwood rug, hanging on the balcony.
Mm.
And I just undid it, and so I just went to the ground. And I was just so annoyed. I don't remember when. It might have been when she kicked the goal. It was definitely at some point. I definitely let out a loud no. Brisbane have the lead.
It seems in your anger you killed her. No. Good goal, lads. Did Jar Jar say he wasn't born in 05? My God.
Oh my God.
I had no idea you were that young.
I'm really young. That's gross.
I was just doing the math on Wooden Spoon Data. Says he cried in 97. He might have been young enough to be crying for milk. Yeah, wow. That goes back.
He was crying.
One more week.
It was unrelated to the footy.
Was that?
It was unrelated to the footy. The crying.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to the bathroom.
All right. This is an absolute thriller. I feel like Geelong just can't take a mark in their forward half. It's been a lot of turnovers. When's the last time since a Geelong goal? It's been a while. I'm assuming these free or winner granny questions are for Jesse. Because I couldn't care less about free or winning. And it's been a good decision. Over on the ball. Oh, how did you do that? 12 points to Brisbane. They are getting over the top, overrunning.
Oh, God damn it. Holy shit, Brisbane. Wow. Look at that person's outfit. That's hilarious.
The cat, man. I swear to God, I can't stand them.
Wow.
I did see the thing where there's a video of him and then a few other old ladies just hissing.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I've seen that. Oh, I just want to see this replay. Oh, thank you, Mason. Good to have you. Cheers, mate. What happened here?
Next goal is 40k, Jesse, and then you can play Warhammer.
Wait, why Warhammer?
It's Warhammer 40k.
Oh,
I don't even play Warhammer, so I wouldn't.
yeah.
You seem like the type of nerd to like that.
I can update the score, but Geelong surge forward. I might have to change it again. Yeah.
If someone's going to find something in a mark, it's Messi.
Yeah. I'll update the score anyway. Prior to the kick.
We've had a few friends play it. They want new Warhammer game, Brandon. So they're enjoying it. So I'll take their word for it.
Oh. What the hell?
No one was even there.
Of all players as well, Joe Danaher. I didn't expect to be taking that mark. Mark Jezza. The absolute superstar was Ahmed Saad. Yeah, he played at St Kilda. Ahmed Saad. It's Adam's brother, I think. I think it's his brother.
Watch it not be, and then
yeah,
then you just look a bit racist.
Yeah, I'm sure they're related. Oh, handy point.
Could be Andy.
They're not related.
And Jesse's a racist.
Well, it's not a massively common name, Saad. I mean, it's not uncommon.
Clip that.
It's not like it's Smith. You know? I really thought they were brothers, and I've thought that from the moment Adam started playing. It's not just me looking back. I really did think they were brothers.
All right. You got it in the fort this time, like you always do, and I'm gonna go take a tinkle.
Okay, cool. A tinkle. Jesse's getting hands on, yeah. Had I said that Shannon Neal and Lockie Neal were brothers, it would have been fine. Oof, out of bounds. 8 minutes to go. Jesse's stressing about getting clipped again. There are so many different ways you can clip these live streams and ruin me. Liam Ryan and Luke Ryan are brothers, yeah. Oh, you got to play that insufficient intent anyway. Yeah. What a game. 8:17 remaining on my screen as he's about to take the kick back in. Come on, Bailey. Had some moments, Bailey, tonight. Logan. Sends him forward. Inside 50.
Loman. Did anyone walk in before?
Oh yeah, a couple of chicks. No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
My mum came in looking for me.
I heard some audio pickup, but I didn't really catch it.
Yeah. It's nothing. I don't think she'll think it would, but my door was open.
That would be funny. Making her debut.
Yeah.
Had a good final, Loman. 13 disposals and a goal. And I still think this would be it's a boil over here if Brisbane win. Oh, sailed wide.
Handy point, possibly.
The son of Darren Loman, the former Australian cricketer. That's just a dumb joke. It's Darren Lehman.
Yep.
Oh. Jazz, too slow, but he got rid
just
of it.
Just got the hands.
Kind of looked like a throw, but I take it wasn't. Oh, tackle without the ball, Cameron. He just got absolutely spear tackled. Close. Does he have the cigar? Oh yes, well done, Ali Henry.
Is it Ali Henry?
No, I don't know. Maybe Alison Henry lining up.
Ali.
6.5 minutes. This will make it 6 points. Goal. Never really had any doubt who's going to kick that.
Just the goal. It's got to be Geelong's first goal since like halfway through the third quarter, right?
Maybe, yeah, because I'm thinking what was the score when Brisbane hit the front? It was 67-68. So, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, this is the first goal since the 14-minute mark of the third quarter.
Wow. Boy, oh boy, what a final. Big stretch. Darcy says, what's an acceptable win target for West Coast next year? I'm going to say...
Seems a bit ambitious.
Yeah, I think 5 again, personally. I think we're going to have another down year. But I'll wait until see what happens in the trade period. You know, if we get Baker and Graham, then I think we need to hold them to a higher standard a little bit. But not that those guys will move the needle, but I think if we just go draft...
Danger.
Oh,
not quite.
Ball up. 93,000 at the game. Wow. First ever golden goal match. True. If West Coast finished 12th, I'll be happy, says TM. I'd be pretty happy too. Cheers.
Campbell to himself, I guess.
What happened there? Oh, Brisbane slick.
Uncharacteristically not slick from clever from Stewart. No, that wasn't Stewart. That was one of the other blonde guys. There's too many blonde guys with headbands.
I think I've called Blitzarv Stanley a few times now. I always get them mixed up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna blame you. To be fair, there's like I said, there's like a bunch of blonde guys with headbands.
At least the Eagles won't lose a prelim this year. Haha, yeah, sucked in one of Geelong and Brisbane.
If Geelong keep that pick, which first round pick, which is unlikely, they'll need a pick Toru, and they'll need him to
no.
Handy point.
Handy point.
Yeah, they need Toru to grow his hair out and put a headband on.
Yeah.
He'll fit right in.
True. I think the Dons finished very similar to where they finished this year, Mason. I think just outside the 8 next year.
Oh, just really been marking those. Yeah, I don't think Essendon are really going to bring anyone in this year.
Yeah. I don't think they're that bad. They'll be around the mix for finals, but I don't think they'll make it. Ooh. Free kick, Joe Danaher.
Third man up.
Under 5 minutes remaining in a classic prelim.
Why would you?
It's right up there with any we've seen.
That's Dangerfield's fault there.
Yeah.
The ruckman is actually lined up on the other ruckman, so good mark.
Yeah. That was a poor kick from Danaher. You can kind of tell he didn't hit it right.
Stanley's not looking on the win at all. And he kicks there. Butterfingers.
Wow. That's a big drop from Danger. That could have been an important forward thrust, if you know what I mean.
You know all about forward thrusts. Especially from your male lover Alejandro.
Ashcroft. Oh, quick hands.
Oh, almost good smother. Just a Hipwood though.
Oh no.
Mark. Average Hipwood moment.
Yeah. That's poor. Humphreys, son of Barry. Dempsey. Do you have ads assigned to the stream, Jesse? I've had 6 so far. Yeah, so YouTube now puts ads like automatically in the middle of streams. You can set the rates, and I just put it as medium. But if that's annoying, let me know because I can.
Big Mark. It's a poor Stengel. Really should have done a bit more with that.
Here we go. Bailey.
Oh,
too good.
He's had a few moments like that. He's
had an almost game today, Bailey.
Oh, that's a great kick.
Oh, no.
Oh, nearly the reverse of last week.
Too good.
Oh, Henry.
What a prelim final.
What are we in for? I feel like there's always one good
prelim
and one shit one.
Yeah. This is as good as any prelim I've ever seen. I genuinely don't know who's going to win.
I'm going to back Geelong in, Brisbane in. Sorry.
What's that, sorry?
I'm going to back Brisbane in.
Hope so. I think they have been the better team, to be honest. That was a heroic moment by not only Henry, but it was Tom Stewart who laid the tackle, right?
Yeah. Last stream I was in, I went to look at the something I said, and late, but I saw this bit. It was when Danaher marked to keep Brisbane in front, and I took the screenshot. The screen was on, was just us reacting to it, just like mouths open, like pogging.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Oof.
Ooh.
So the chat is a little bit of ahead of us. I might have to just look away a little bit from the chat. Archie, the sneeze.
Archie, go!
Come on, Brisbane.
This is a great prelim.
This is arguably the best prelim I've ever seen. I know there's heaps of good ones like Sydney and Collingwood, but that's all right. I wasn't telling you off chat. I just meant 99% of the game, it doesn't matter, but in a game like this, I might have to look away for certain moments late in the game.
Even last year's prelim against Giants was pretty good.
We called Brendan Archie sneeze at West Coast. That's why I called him that. What a game. Oh, I deleted the Cats part of the score.
It's just Lions.
All right, we have 2 minutes 12 remaining in possibly the best prelim I've ever seen.
I think this last few minutes, 5 or so minutes, Geelong have had the momentum.
Yeah,
but that was against the flow. So
exactly. And it changes as well how they're going to set up. Ashcroft, Hipwood, but don't argue. Rayner is a big moment player.
Big. Oh! Game. I'm calling it game over.
Oh, Rayner.
Brisbane fans, you can hate me, but game over.
It's Rayner goals. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. It's raining goals.
I do like women, I promise.
Sure, buddy.
Wow. Bro, what a game. What a heroic effort. Both teams played really well, to be honest.
Ollie Henry 40 really was that guy.
Yeah. Interstate Grand Final coming up, potentially. We're not there yet. 2 goals in a minute.
I've called it.
Yeah, you also called it against GWS.
Yeah, I did. And this one's only half intentional.
Oh, Atkins. Danger. Wins the clearance.
Stewart.
Oh, it's just critically rolled past. This tackle needs to be good. Oh, Atkins does well. Barry Humphries.
Oh.
Great tackle. Pain. He's a real pain in his ass.
Pain with the Leo Barry-esque moment.
Yeah.
Not the mark, but the tackle.
What a tackle. This will be Brisbane's greatest finals victory of the modern era, if they pull it off.
Oh.
Danger. He's a champion.
Oh, no. Oh, free kick.
Oh, wow. Shit. Is there any chance this is Danger's last game? Is there any indication he's playing on next year?
No, I think he's playing on.
Yeah. He's good enough to, but he is 34.
Can't take him. Has to do it now, Stanley.
Blitzarves lines up.
He's missed.
Brother.
And Brisbane are into the grand final.
That actually made my heart sink. I feel bad for him. Oh, boy.
He doesn't look right.
Oh, dear. That actually made me sad. Brisbane's won.
Brisbane are into the grand final.
With one of the best prelim victories that I can remember ever.
In a way, congratulations, Sydney.
3 seconds left.
I'm kidding.
Wow.
Brisbane. And we won't get another Geelong grand final.
How good is that win? Oh, I really feel bad for Reece Stanley there. They probably wouldn't have won anyway, but
no. They'll be playing in his head for weeks.
Oh, this is the best grand final matchup I think we were hoping for. Yeah. According to my poll that I ran last week, everyone wanted Sydney Brisbane mostly. Wow. Stunning Brisbane Lions victory. They're the real deal. And once again, a team outside the 4 makes the grand final. It's becoming a little bit more regular since the Bulldogs did it. GWS did it. The Bulldogs did it again in 21, and now Brisbane from 5th. Oh. Wow. To go from 2 and 5 as well to make a grand final.
Yeah.
I wonder if any team's done that before. Possibly. It is the first interstate granny since 06, Darthy.
That's a group. This is the best result we could have had, I reckon, over this prelims for a grand final.
Heartbreaking from Geelong. It really felt, and I was wrong for thinking this, but I think I wasn't the only one who felt like they were going to be there in the grand final.
Yeah. I mean, I think last week I think I said congratulations, Geelong, on the premiership.
Yeah. Well, I thought they were favourites once they beat Port. Well, Fagan looking very composed. Maybe he's done his training off camera.
Looking like he's shitting himself.
Yeah. He's assessing the damage right now. He's like, did I crap myself?
All right. I may have done a tinkle.
Pixel Knight says grand final's going to be boring and one-sided. I don't know about that.
Yeah. I think history really says that Sydney win.
Yeah. But this Brisbane team, that performance was good. Mind you, GWS in 2019, I would have said the same thing. Heroic prelim and didn't show up. But I reckon it's a ripper. I always thought it was going to be Sid, but never sure about the opponent. Yeah, agreed. Kind of called the Cats pretenders the whole year, but they were super close. I agree. I was kind of thought they were pretenders until right at the end of the season. And then, of course, the first final. So I'm definitely surprised they didn't win tonight, but Brisbane were the better team. They were fantastic. Yes, I will do a grand final live stream, Darthy. Sydney versus Brisbane. It's crazy. It's been 18 years since we've had a non-Victorian grand final. Oh, all right. We might call it there, ladies and gents. Thank you for being part of the stream. Rogie, thank you for being part of it as well. What are your plans grand final day?
I got a friend's birthday that I'm going out for later that night.
Yeah,
I might be able to watch the grand final, but I'll be going out later that night.
Yeah, dope. I think I will be as well. I think, but my grand final day will end at like 9 a.m. So,
what time is it over there?
The grand final, the bounce will be 5:30 a.m.
Okay.
Is that right? Yes. No, 5:30 a.m. So I'll probably get up a little bit earlier, start the stream a little bit early. Yeah, and then probably roll into like a post grand final video, and then sleep for a few hours, and then probably go out Saturday night.
Right. Before we leave, tips for next week.
I can't discount Brisbane, man. They've been amazing. That was a Herculean effort. I think I'll probably tip Sydney at this point, but I might chew on it a little bit.
I'm going to tip Sydney. But Brisbane fans will probably like that since I've tipped GWS and I've tipped Geelong. So
yeah. I really do think Brisbane can win. I really do.
Yeah. I won't mind whoever wins next week. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, same. I think it'd be fun. I don't even know who I'd support actually at this point. I usually always pick a team. The grand final day. So
it probably depends on the tipping for me because the person got that right.
Yeah.
So I'm one ahead of them. I have a better margin.
Yeah.
But I will because I think they'll get two tips right if they get the grand final right.
Yeah.
So if we tip the same team, don't know who. I'll probably go for Brisbane. But if I've tipped Sydney, I'll probably tip Sydney.
Yeah.
If they tip Brisbane, I'll be going for Sydney.
Yeah. You think that Sydney fans probably would be cheering right now that they avoid Geelong in a grand final?
Or they might be getting PTSD from the last time they played a grand final against someone from outside the top four.
Yes, good point. Yeah. There's a lot of trauma there with Sydney and grand finals. They haven't had a lot of luck lately, but
no.
Cool. All right. We'll wrap the stream there, guys. Thank you so much for being part of it. I will be back. We'll do the football come down as well. So I'll do that soon. And then if you're a live stream only kind of operator, we'll be back for the grand final next week. So thank you very much. And we'll see you in the next one.
Cheers, lads.